Over me, the question don't be so fake. My cause conversation. So savage my wallet sing. So every savage at the so about 8 hours straight. Me that he just and you time even go.
It can't do savage.
Oh my wallet just send it. 8 hours. No. Me say anything, Lenny, like Oba. I show my I'm really going to say Jamamoy. Okay, I'll stay right. Mono she machine, animals of money, top of a deal about savage coconut. Oh, boy.
So, Vivian, to sort of like on that.
Vivian not today,
Oh, yeah, Vivian send requests.
Noel, we are here. Oh, no, sorry. Savage. You sorry, baby.
No, this was a good. No, this is one of the best conversations of
it's 8 hours. 8 hours.
You've been live for 8 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours
laughing when we buy me. That's enough. 8 o'clock is not nobody 1 hour. I can't. This morning,
what? Who is that girl that was asking the question?
Vivian,
do you know? Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah. So, Vivian, you asked the question that if Sino saw something and told me, and it came to pass, would I not believe in dreams? No. Because Sino knows me, Sino has a lot of information about me, and she's my friend. So she already has a lot of information about me that she can make up a dream with, right? I am of the opinion that we make our dreams. If you care about the job that you are doing, right, you will dream about it. If you love your children, you will dream about them. Whatever is most important to you is going to manifest itself in your sleep state, right? So what would make sense to me if somebody like OBA Solomon, who has not seen me before, stops me by the roadside and tells me something? That might even give me, and whatever he has to tell me has to be specific. I'll tell you something. In Nigeria right now, a lot of people think that if somebody meets them by the side of the road and tell them that they will travel to America, it's a prophecy. It's not. Everybody in Nigeria is trying to live at Nigeria. Everybody, 98% of the people in Nigeria, young people in Nigeria, want to jackpot. So that's not a prophecy. If somebody stops you by the roadside and says, Maureen say, Oma Los America, you're probably processing America, or you're trying one on Los Imbo. That's not a prophecy. That is something that a lot of people are trying to do. Or you go to Nigeria and tell somebody that you get a job. Half of the population is probably seeking for a job. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So there are so many things around us that can suggest to us. Now, let me explain something to you. There was a time when I used to go to a spiritual church, Sele. And I intentionally was feeding the prophet with bad information to see if the person was really saved. The prophet was like, only obìnrin kan tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ńsìn. Mo ní wọ́n ní ọmọ yẹn ó fẹ́ jọ kíní kan báyìí, mo ló pupa, wọ́n ní nǹkan táwọn rí náà nìyẹn. And all of the information that I fed him with that was wrong, he used to come up with a prediction. And when he finished, I stood up and I just laughed. He wasn't seeing anything. He was using information that he was asking me questions. I was giving him, he was looking at my body language and he was using that to give me predictions. He was lying the whole time. And that is how I know that he was lying, because all of the information I was feeding him with was wrong. So the point I'm trying to make essentially is, you see, if you come to me and you said you dreamt something, yes, you can dream it, you know me. As I am right now, it is whatever role you want me to play inside your dream that I will play. I've told somebody before, let me tell you one thing that happens in Nigeria. Boshe wansi o like Sino o like Oba. Wawa lala won ni buruku, wawa ji wa ni won le o like won tele. So Toba one no like bad roles don't ma play. Sorry, our dream, alata and louder be feel. Our la man for everybody ni position to ma play nínú ala yen. Be mi se wansi o lawon eyan kan to je ke boya mi like. Toba one no ala, nǹkan tí ó dá mo lè rí wọn pé wọ́n mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ fi gún mi normal level. Kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n gún mi lọ́bẹ̀, kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n ṣe ìburúkú. It's not, kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n lọ sọ́dọ̀ babaláwo torí mi. Èmi ò like wọn nǹkan tó wà ní orí mi nìyẹn. So tí bá rí wọn nú àlá, nǹkan burúkú ló máa ṣe fún mi nínú àlá yẹn. Kò mí ní pé wọ́n ń ṣèkà, kò mí ní pé wọ́n ń ṣògùn. Nǹkan tí púpọ̀ nú wa fi ṣe ń sáré kiri nìyẹn. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń lé wa. Nǹkan burúkú tó ní nínú orí ẹ̀ ń pa èèyàn yẹn ló ń rí nínú àlá ẹ̀. Nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ rí nínú àlá ẹ̀ ló máa rí. Tó bá fẹ́ rí dáadáa nínú àlá ẹ̀ wàá rí. Tó bá fẹ́ rí ipò wà nínú Amẹ́ríkà wàá rí. Èmi lè sọ fún ẹ bó ṣe máa ń lálàá alẹ́ yìí. Ṣorí lálẹ́ yìí tó bá fẹ́ lálàá kó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà. Kó tó sùn rò ń pé o wà l'Amẹ́ríkà. Kó rò ń pé òun bá wọn sínú òṣè. Rò bẹ́ẹ̀ kó rí kó clear. Wàá rí l'Amẹ́ríkà nínú àlá ẹ̀. Ọba ẹ̀dẹ̀ sọ bí ṣe mọ kíní fún yín. Ìgbà tí mo wá kékeré aṣẹ́wó ni mí. Obìnrin, mo like obìnrin gan. Mo wá notice, this is how I learn, guys, legitimately, bí ṣe kọ́ nǹkan tí mo sọ lélẹ̀ o. Tí bá ti ronú obìnrin lálàá, mo máa ń rí inú àlá pé mo bá sùn. Tí bá ti ro obìnrin kan tí mo like, bóyá ọmọ kan nínú school, I'm telling you, Sino, if I think about that girl, I'll see her inside my dream, má dé bá sùn. I now tried it again. I saw that happen. I tried it again. I now started to think that, wait, oh, if I'm thinking about women and they're showing up in my dream and doing exactly what I want inside my dream, can I use that mind for other things? And when I tried it and it started working, more I realized, àṣé nǹkan tí mò ń rò nínú orí mi ló máa ń bá mi wọnú àlá. Kò ń ṣe pé ní tí wọ́n ń bẹ̀. Sínú tí bá ń bá ẹja lọ́la, mo máa rí ẹ nínú àlá mi tó máa fọ̀bẹ lé mi. Ó fọ̀bẹ lé mi.
But Savage, what I'm saying is, what me I believe on is that they are prophets and they are prophets. So you saying that there are no prophets everywhere, like anywhere, I do not believe in that. And why
do you have proof to that they are prophets? I've told you why I feel they are not prophets. Can you tell me why you are saying they are prophets?
That's what I'm saying. I say I'm going to tell you why I do not believe that they are not prophets. Because if somebody comes up to you now, somebody that you don't know, that you've not spoken to all your life, and there's this particular thing that you've not said it to anyone, and the person comes to tell you that thing, and maybe like the person is telling you it will happen, maybe something that you have in your mind, like it's a secret.
Like what? Give me an instance.
I'm just saying, like something you have. Is it everything you tell people? I'm sure it's
no. Wait, hold on now. I'm talking about specificity. So, think about Sino. Only àṣírí kan tó tọ́jú sọ́kàn tó ti sọ fún anybody. Everybody láṣírí tó ti sọ fún anybody. So, nǹkan tí mo ń béèrè ni kí ṣé prophet ẹ máa sọ fún ẹ pé nǹkan tó ń keep láṣírí lélẹ̀. Èèyàn kan kọ̀ wá bá mi ó ní mo láṣírí.
I'm just using that as an example. I've not even landed yet. I'm telling you why. I'm supposed to tell you why I believe that they're prophets, right?
Absolutely.
And that's where I'm going. So I'm saying this, that if somebody comes up to you and tell you that, like, okay, Sabi, this is what is going to happen to you in the next 1 month, or let's say 2 months time, and probably that thing does not happen in that time the person have scheduled it to happen, or I've told you that it will happen, but later on that thing comes to pass, do you think that person is a fake prophet?
Yes,
because it didn't happen at the time the person said it was going to happen, right?
Yes,
because
and the person, let me just explain. And the person has introduced an idea into your head. You are the one that made that thing happen, not what they said. If you are weak in your mind, anything that people tell you, you can make it happen. It's not what they said that happened. It is you that have manifested that idea inside your head and made it happen.
Yes.
That's just it.
I believe in God, and I believe that they are prophets. And why do I believe in them? I believe because there are times, like it has happened, like in the past. Let's say our forefathers, they've lived this life. They know more than we know. Even the fact that we still have technology, science, and all of that. They know a lot of things that we do not know in this generation. And you made a statement, if they are good prophets in Nigeria, that Nigeria will not be suffering. For the past, I'm 20-something. For the past 20-something years, before I was born, my parents were in Nigeria, and Nigeria has been suffering. You do not have to have prophets so that Nigeria would not suffer. Because even if prophets comes up to tell you that, do not vote for this person, because the last election, Obaye was saying that we should vote for Tinubu. And he gave his reasons why he said that we should vote for Tinubu.
But that wasn't a prophecy.
Bible.
No. Oba, no. Oba,
No. Wait. Did it tell you that was a prophecy?
Let me tell you.
I'm not saying that.
Checking down. If you go back, what is often only when I tell you the, if you don't hear, I will tell you lie. In Kotimoko, ìbá àwọn ìbò fati ìbá àwọn kẹ́ dìbò fún Peter bí o fídíò ẹ wà fídíò ẹ ni mo post níjẹta yẹn jẹ́ kí land anybody tó bá wọn kẹ́ dìbò fún ẹ jẹ ìyà nǹkan tí mo sọ nìyẹn. So as time going on tí mo wá rí wípé àwọn ìbò wa ya jáde wípé àkọni Jésù tí wọ́n wá ọmọdé lèmi náà ti sọ fún yín wípé ọmọ ẹni ò kì í sì bíbẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ o kẹ́ lọ fi ilẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ọlọ́mọ èmi ò lè lọ jà fún ipò ọmọ tèmi lè má jà fún o Tinubu kọ́ ní kẹ́ dìbò fún o that is all. So what are you talking about? èmi tó sọ pé kò dìbò
so Pastor, I'm going to round up. What I'm saying in essence that you do not have to go to church before you can be a Christian. God can use anybody and anybody. God
does not use anybody. God not use anybody.
But God used people.
Does God have used you before?
Yes, God have used me.
How?
I should tell you how God has used me.
I want to know.
I've dreamt about somebody and I told them the dream.
No, that is God use you.
How did I not get?
Are you a lady?
Anybody.
How does God use you?
How do
Why did you do this?
I'm not there for anybody now. You only laugh.
Dream
How
does him Apollo look for any dream nípa ẹnìyẹn?
Okay, say for me dream. Oh no, my dream, but no that.
Okay, now now this is my question for you. Now, tí ẹni tí ò kí ń lọ sí church tó kí ń lọ anywhere tó bá lálàá tọ́lọ́ náà ló lò yẹn.
Kí lẹ sọ ọba?
Ẹni tí ò kí ń lọ sí church tó kí ń lọ anywhere tó bá lálàá ló lò.
Yes. Ẹni tí ò kí ń lọ sí church tí ò dẹ̀ kí ń lọ sí kinní ó lè máa bọ́ lọ́hùn sọ ó lè máa gbàdúrà náà. Ṣé everybody tó ń lọ sí church ló ń gbàdúrà ni? Ẹni tó wà lè gan Ọlọ́run lè dáhùn àdúrà ẹjọ́ ẹni tó ń lọ church.
And a ò sọ nípa dáhùn àdúrà. Kí ni voice Ọlọ́run báwo ni voice Ọlọ́run ṣe rí? Ṣé tọmọ kékeré náà obìnrin?
Ọba sọ ẹ tí ibi tí ọmọdé tọ́nà ti lọ ọmọdé tó dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ fún àwọn àgbàlagbà.
Ìyẹn ọ̀tọ̀ kì í ṣe lábá ẹ sọ. Kí ni voice Ọlọ́run ṣe obìnrin àbọ́kùnrin?
Ọba àṣẹ mi mo máa serious nǹkan tí mò ń sọ.
Ṣé mi bá ẹ ṣe a ní voice wo lọ́lọ́run fi bá ẹ sọ?
But that's a serious question. What was the communication process? What language?
Voice.
What was the voice?
Ṣé ọkùnrin náà àbóbìnrin àbọ́mọdé àbágbà?
Will God ever speak to you with a language that you will not understand?
And so he's asking you, what does the voice sound like? That's what he's asking. That's a practical question.
No, let's be realistic. How would you ask me that? How do God?
My sister, you are the one that is not being realistic. You're talking about communication. And he's asking you, what does this sound like?
Okay, God will speak to you in the language that you understand. If it's Yoruba that you understand, God can speak to you in Yoruba.
What's the voice?
Ohun tèmi gbọ́ English tèmi gbọ́ lọ́nà fi ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀. Mi ò lè fẹsẹ̀ bóyá ohun ọkùnrin.
Báwa bèèrè lọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yẹn kí ló fà tó fi di 700.
Kí ló fà pé kí ni?
Báwa bèèrè lọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yẹn pé kí ló dé tépo fi di 700 ní Nàìjíríà sí.
Ọba ẹ wà nínú àwọn tẹni pé ká dìbò fún Tinubu. Lórí láìpẹ́ àti
ọ̀rọ̀ ní ó yá yọra ẹ̀ dànù àbísíkà yọra ẹ̀ dànù ẹlòmíì fẹ́ wọlé ìyá nífà fẹ́ wọlé yọra ẹ̀ dànù.
I can't fucking do this.
Ọba ẹ máa hà di Yonífà. ìyẹn onífá.
Oh my God, this is mental. Oh my God.
Àtọ́ra yín.
Ah.
Ilé ọ̀fọ̀. Ọlọ́run bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀.
Ọba, ẹ̀yin àti Savage, Curtis lẹ́yìn méjì, ó ní Curtis ni.
This is mental.
Ẹjọ́. Mo máa yọ yín dànù ní wọn sí ká.
Kí ló dé pa kámẹ́rà? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ mà?
Kọ́lọ́wọ́ ni ẹ má bínú, ẹ má bínú.
Lọ́wọ́ tẹ́ mọ̀ pé ṣe kọ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tàbí ìbà èèyàn ńlá ni wà náà. Ẹ má bínú.
Kílẹ̀ kì í ṣe èèyàn ńlá.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sálàáfíà lẹ́wà.
Adúpẹ́.
So kí lẹ fẹ́ bá wa sọ?
Èmi kàn béèrè pé ṣé discussion yín ṣó bá ìṣẹ̀ṣe náà wí ni.
Àti ṣẹ̀ṣe kò sí babaláwo, kò sí wòlíì.
All of the above. All of the above.
So ẹ má bínú, báwo ló ṣe kí ni kí ìṣẹ̀ṣe ó prove àdónà? Kí ni kí ìṣẹ̀ṣe?
Ilé wí mọ̀.
Kí ni kí ìṣẹ̀ṣe prove fún yín pé
ó kì í kọ́ tẹ́ fẹ́ proof fún wa ni wípé ifá tẹ́ máa ń dà yẹn. Lóòótọ́ ló máa ń sọ nǹkan fún yín tàbí nǹkan tó wà nínú yín lẹ́ ń sọ.
Nǹkan tó wà nínú wa kọ́.
Nǹkan tí fa.
Yes.
Ẹ dẹ̀ ṣúọ̀ wípé kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ bá pè ní lọ́wọ́ ifá yẹn tó ní fún yín lésì lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Ṣé ifá yẹn ṣe lè bá wa béèrè kankan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ní ìsìnkálì confam? A ò ní ìdá ti rí ifá yẹn o. Ẹ ò ní ìdá ti gbé ẹ̀rà òkè kan béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ọba Solomon béèrè kan báyìí kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ sọ fún wa lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀.
Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá béèrè kú bẹ́ẹ̀ ó máa dáhùn èsì, ó máa gbọ́ èsì kéésì. Bí ẹ̀yà tó bí ifá ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ bá mú ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ sìn. Tẹ́ wá ní ifá o ṣé kí sniper lélẹ̀ mo fẹ́ mú o ifá máa ní ẹ mú because common sense yẹ kó sọ fún yín pé sniper máa pa yín is a common sense. Yeah. Tí yes tẹ́ bá mú ẹ mọ̀ right àti mọ̀ à ń béèrè la máa ń perú béèrè yẹn. Bóyá trailer ń bọ̀ nísìn ẹ wá sáré gbọ́ pẹ̀lẹ́ ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ́ trailer tó ń bọ̀ yìí o ṣé kí n bẹ́ síwájú ẹ̀ ṣó máa pa mí ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ́ máa sọ pé kò bẹ́ síwájú ẹ̀ because ọpọlọ bí Olódùmarè fún wa ní ọpọlọ láti fi lè ronú so you understand Olódùmarè fún wa lọ́pọlọ láti fi lè ronú àwọn nǹkan kan àti jẹ́ pé kò ní ìrònú ẹ̀ ló ní kì í ṣe pé kò lọ dáfá ìrònú ọpọlọ orí ẹ̀ ló ní tó tọpọlọ ò bá wá sọ fún ẹ trailer yìí o ó máa rún orí ẹ̀ ó máa pàṣẹ ẹ̀ bó ṣe fẹ́ bọ́ síwájú ẹ̀ yẹn tó wá gbé ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ tó sọ ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ tẹ̀ máa sọ fún ẹ pé kò lọ bẹ́ síwájú.
Ẹ̀yin kí táwa fẹ́ sọ kò bára ọ̀tẹ̀ ń sọ yìí nǹkan tí a mọ̀ wípé ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ máa fẹ́ dá sí la máa fẹ́ sọ tó dẹ̀ máa tọ́ wa sọ́nà dáadáa.
Ẹ ṣe rí mi ò first of all mi dáfà online mi dáfà ní àkókò.
A ò ní kẹ́ dá ìyá ṣẹ́ mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbí ṣẹ́ mọ nǹkan tá fẹ́ proof níbí gbogbo. Ẹ ló máa jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ mi tí bá ti sọ ẹ ló mọ̀ mi ò wá argue níbí I don't argue King Solomon does not argue. Nǹkan tí a wá ṣe níbí yìí ni wípé ayé fẹ́ mọ òtítọ́ tó bá jẹ́ wípé olífá ló jẹ́ ká mọ òtítọ́ mo pẹ̀lú àwọn tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ pé ifá ni kí gbogbo àgbáyé tẹ̀lé ifá ló ń bá wa sòtítọ́ ló bá yẹ pé wòlíì ló fi ọ̀nà títọ́ hàn wá wòlíì náà làwọn máa tẹ̀lé tó bá yẹ pé àfáà ló fọ̀nà títọ́ hàn wá ibẹ̀ làwọn máa tẹ̀lé èèyàn tí a ń jẹ́ níbí ni wípé ọba Solomon sọ wípé àti inú Kòrán ni o àti inú wòlíì o àti inú odù ifá o wípé gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ pé àwọn wòlíì kan àwọn àfáà kan babaláwo ṣe níwájú irọ́ ni gbogbo ẹ̀wọ̀n ṣe kankan. So now ẹni babaláwo tó bá fẹ́ sọ wípé lóòótọ́ ni àwọn tó síwájú yẹn ṣe nǹkan kan babaláwo yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ lè ṣe nǹkan tí àwọn tó síwájú ṣe ó gbọ́dọ̀ lè proof ẹ̀ fún wa. So now a ò ní ká wá.
Explain ibẹ̀ yẹn dáadáa mi really understand nǹkan tẹ̀ mí bẹ́ẹ̀.
From example tí pásítọ̀ bá sọ pé òun wòlíì nínú bíbélì àrí wòlíì kan táwọn èèyàn wá tápò pé tó bá mọ̀ pé wòlíì Ọlọ́run ni ẹ́ proof ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wípé kó mú ẹgbọrọ màlúù jáde wípé anybody tó bá ti pe Ọlọ́run tiẹ̀ tó bá ti fi iná dáhùn wípé ìyẹn ló ń sọ Ọlọ́run tòótọ́ so ó proof ẹ̀ níbẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ confirm pé wọ́n gbà fún pé kábíyèsí wòlíì ni ẹ́ nínú Quran Muhammad yẹn kì í ṣe wòlíì bọ̀ tó já ogun lóríṣiríṣi ọ̀ nínú odù ifá a rí oríṣiríṣi iṣẹ́ ìyanu tí Ọ̀rúnmìlà ṣe a dẹ̀ rí oríṣiríṣi iṣẹ́ ìyanu tí Ọbàtálá ṣe a dẹ̀ rí annotator tó ṣe tó ń yọná lẹ́nu oríṣiríṣi. So now ní ayé àtijọ́ wọ́n ní tí ọ̀rọ̀ bá dí a máa bí so now tó kí gbogbo àgbáyé lè mọ̀ wípé ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ o Ifá o kọ̀ǹfàmù ni kò sí kò tẹ́ bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tí ò ní sọ a fẹ́ béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ kí ẹ̀yin kẹ́dẹ̀ proof ẹ̀ kẹ́ bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ Ifá yẹn pé nǹkan tí arákùnrin yìí wí yìí kọ́ báwo ló ṣe rí kí sọ ní Ifá yẹn fún wa ní right answer ó parí.
Okay, like I said, pẹ̀lú ṣe nǹkan tẹ́ kó máa béèrè question lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. However, tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ká proof pé àwọn nǹkan tọ́run mi là ń gbà yí ẹ̀ àwọn nǹkan tá a proof wà dáadáa tó jẹ́ ipa a máa sọ fún yín ọ̀rọ̀ lásán ni ṣùgbọ́n ṣe mọ̀ a lot of people ló wà lórí fóònù yìí ló wà lórí live ṣe rí tẹ́mi bá fẹ́ proof àwọn kankan wà tẹ́ pa máa proof dáadáa tó jẹ́ pé àwọn máa sọ bó ṣe yẹ. Gbọ́ mi àwọn gbólóhùn kan wà àwọn gbólóhùn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tó fi máa ń ṣe ìṣọ́ra tó jẹ́ pé tí wọ́n bá kì í létí yín mi ìrírùn tẹ́ ẹ lè lò tí ó bá dẹ̀ rú yín lójú ọ̀pá lè fún WhatsApp number tó ẹ̀kọ́ fún àwọn gbólóhùn kan wà jẹ́ pé
ṣé ẹ ń gbọ́ mi mọ̀.
Ẹni sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yìn dẹ̀ ń wá proof and there's a lot of proof.
Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ kan ní.
But why can't you do that right now? Why can't you do it right now, right here for everybody?
Ẹ pé orúkọ mi sí kíní yẹn kẹ́ni kétì mi di.
Kí lẹ sọ kú.
Ohun tẹ́ sọ yẹn bá mi pé orúkọ mi sí.
Ẹni ṣe àbíkọ́ tẹ̀ ṣe ń sìn kí ló tẹ̀lé ṣe báyìí? My sister, you know, sorry, sister, I know,
ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni mí, ṣe understand? Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni mí, mo kọ́ Ifá mo dẹ̀ mo fa. Mi ní máa yín wà ní orí live video with over 400 people. No, now.
But my sister, everybody, OBA Solomon, please wait. Everybody claims to know something in secret, right? The only proof to that is that you can make everybody else come to that knowledge. And you see, you are talking about Ifa right now. Ifa is not telling you something. You are reading a skill, right? Because in contact is binary numbers, ones and zeros. It's the oldest is zeros and ones. Am I correct or not? I just want to be sure.
Of course.
That I think. Okay, so you are just reading binary numbers, right? You turn those things around, you put it down, or you say something to it, and then you are able to tell if your watch Tokai, ones and zeros is what Ifa reading is. Is that correct or not? And my sister, no, wait. I'm going somewhere now. Let me land. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Let me land. It is a very accurate thing because even code to fish Instagram is binary, ones and zeros. And this is, I'm giving you credit right now. A lot of Nigerians and Africans don't know this, right? Ifa is binary, right? There's a mathematical accuracy to it. It's not so much as a spiritual concept, like if I say something into your ears. It is, you are using probability. No. My sister, I read about this. It's not okay. So explain further.
You read about it, but you are not practicing it. Okay, for example, did you know what they call Igbo? You know what they call Igbo?
No, I don't.
Exactly. You just read about it. You don't know deep of Ifa. You just want to.
Hello, ma. Anything doing that you cannot prove for millions of people is nothing. Okay? Anything secret is GBT.
What?
It's GBT. You have to be able to prove it. And we should come to WhatsApp. You should be able to prove it here. My sister, there's something I'm wearing on my neck right now. You see this thing I'm wearing on my neck? I can prove it to you right now what this thing does. Now, you don't need to come and meet me. I'll prove it to you what it does. Now. I don't need to call you in secret or put you on WhatsApp. I will show you what this thing that I put on my neck, what it does now. You will see what it does now. There's no light to it. It is a fact. I will show it to you now. You will see it now.
Hey, Savage. Shall I show me? Can you show me right now? How your heart is working? Can you prove it to me? But
yes, it's pumping up and down. If I wait now, if I put my hand on my chest, I can see it palpitate. What do you need? Yeah, I know how my heart is working.
On perfect, right? Give me cotton shell. Show me.
My sister, put your hand on your arm or put it here.
We all know that. Mama one chaotic whatever. We all know that. But in continue prove it to me. Show it to me. How your heart is pumping your blood.
My sister, my heart is pumping my blood by going up and down. And the way you are able to verify that is by putting your hand on your pulses. I don't know what you're asking for.
You are just feeling the pulse, right? That doesn't mean you see how your heart is working. You didn't see it. You just feel it, right?
So you're telling me that for me to know if I have to what? Cut myself. My sister, that's not valid now.
Yeah, money first of all. Okay. So about you say
Okay, Kilewi.
Money penny back or a video for any madira we put by. What did you mean by that?
Metumo madira.
Cannot fin dira. Tab, I believe.
Okay. Take what I've dira. Oh, good.
Ìfúnra bí kíni jàre bàbá mi. Bí
kíni àwọn ìfúnra ni tó bá ti fúnra ó ti di.
Kíni ìfúnra yẹn? Kíni ìfúnra yẹn?
Ìfúnra is something normal. Like ìfúnra case ara no dey ìfúnra na.
Kíni ìfúnra?
Mr. Woman, mo ní ìfúnra is a natural something.
Like you be
yes,
Ifura is intuition now. Intuition Ifura. Kò sí spiritual, kò sí ogun. Intuition Ifura.
Ifura de lo
gbàgbà kò débẹ̀ kò ní bí wọ́n ti gbé báyìí.
Ẹni sùúrù ọmọ Yorùbá lèmi àti ẹni ìfúnra ni má dira o ikú pa ẹ́ àbí.
Gbogbo ẹjọ́ tẹ gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ yìí sẹ́rí èmi kàbí kò yé
kò sí nǹkan tó
àbí kò yé ní oníkẹ́nìbọ̀dì má dira ìfúnra ní ìdíra ìfúnra àwọn àgbà gan sọ pé ìfúnra.
Ó ti yé mi but nǹkan tẹ́mi kan máa sọ ni wípé believe what you believe in. However àwọn kankan wà kéèyàn má trespass. Either you believe in it or not. You don't have to believe in poison kó tó pa ẹ́. You don't have to believe in trailer kó tó pa ẹ́. Either you believe it or not, don't trespass. That's what I have to say. Ẹ ṣe wo ire.
My sister, that talk is cap for me. Oh. You have to believe in something for it to work on you. Tó bá believe nínú nǹkan kó máa ṣe léṣe ló máa ṣe léṣe. Tó bá mọ̀ kò sí nǹkan kan tó máa ṣe fún ẹ. Other one I want to
do. This program o gbọ́dọ̀ continue. Prophet ó ti sá lọ. Aláwo ti wá kò lè proof. Ó kun àfáà. Àfáà wá sókè bóyá o lè proof Ọlọ́run tiẹ̀.
Àfáà la need báyìí tó tọ́ wà ní. A ti ṣe aláwo. A ti ṣe Christian àfáà lókù.
Ẹ mọ̀ pé tàwa pé tàyà 8 hours. Ọba mi mo sọ mo pe ọba lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ gbà tí ẹ̀tọ́ mo náà bá no I can't sorry. Ọba mi ò lè.
A ti ní ìlànà Muslim ló kù báyìí.
Ó mọ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yọ kọ́ kọ́mẹ́ntì ṣe how much data sínú dey buy wey you dey like nǹkan wọ́n pé data níbo.
Àwọn àfáà ló wọlé. Hello.
Salamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hello, àfáà, time is going. We don't have time. Tabara ti lè yọ ọkàn sí wọn. Mo dẹ̀ rí pé profile wọn wà òkè ló bá tó fi gbé wọn. Báwo èèyàn gbé wọlé ni. Kò má jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ ìyàwó mi ló gbé wọlé.
Who's a baby question or not, sir?
I think the person's asleep. Where to sleep? While they sent
I was
Èmi mo sọ salamu alaikum.
Okay, ọba ẹyọ wọn lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ wọ́n ló sọ̀rọ̀ ni.
Tí bá yọ wọn máa hàn.
Yọ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ọba ẹyọ náà ẹ sáré yọ kíákíá.
Èmi mo ṣe salamu alaikum. Ìgbà tó sọ pé Muslim ni wọ́n ní mo ṣe ní salamu.
Tí ó hàn.
Ọba ẹyọ dẹ̀ lòun ẹ jẹ́ kí òun náà fẹ́ wò. I'm not sure he's on it.
Bóyá ìrìn ti sùn lọ. Ó lè yẹ kó send request wọn sùn lọ.
Ọba ní ó yọ. Yeah, okay, àti gbọ́dọ̀.
Yeah. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Yeah. Hi. Oba, anyway, my first thing is that Cherry, àwọn kankan wà tó ń pè ní Yorùbá pé àwọn kankan ní àjèjì. Mo hope I understand language. Some things cannot be unraveled. Some things cannot be understood. They are just like that. And the more we try to dig deep into some things, the more confused we will get. That's the fact, right? Now, if we are trying to investigate or dig deep into the existence of God or the existence of the spiritual things, I'm afraid that I'll prove some points to you now, which is number one. America, for example, if America that is developed as a country would still keep referring to God, all right? America will say, God bless America. Why did America, or why will America use God as a reference point? If America that is so developed and understands that there is technology, America understands that there is AI, there is all sorts of things that can, help the world currently, and still talks about God, still make reference to God and make reference to the Bible. Still believes that.
Let me answer that question, sir. Let me answer that question.
Okay.
Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ wípé brainwash yìí kì í ṣe Nàìjíríà nìkan ló wà. Èkó tí àwọn Africa gbọ́njú bá nìyẹn, that word, God bless America. So the pé kì í ṣe gbogbo America ló believe nínú God.
Of course, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and God, where we are talking about God,
yeah.
God jẹ́ language tí gbogbo àgbáyé ń lò, tí ò exist, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀, tó ń kàn sáà ń lò. Okay? Tó dẹ̀ lẹ́nu gbogbo wa.
My brother, American God is not God up, bro. Sorry, American God is not God up. Go and read the history of America and let them tell you what the God they are talking about is.
Bro, let me tell you. I understand,
so go and, so no, I just want you to know I'm not driving at anything. I'm just saying American God. Yeah. The God America is calling is not your God. Is not that. That's not what they mean by God.
No. Yeah. You are the one. You are the one telling it what it is not. God is universal. God is the God of universe, whether we like it or not. Now,
which God?
The thing is, Sherry, let me tell you something. God don't solve.
And another mistake that you are making also is we did not say, we said there are no prophets. Yeah. Nobody has said here that there's no God. There. So I don't know why you guys are attaching and we saying that there are no true prophets to there is no God. Nobody said there's no God. They just said there are no true prophets. So don't make it look as if people are saying there is no God.
Terry, even let every right? There are some things that can never be understood. Whether you like it or not, believe that. Now, even Oyibo need technology to research one. That is why you keep having redesigns upon redesigns. Even in abroad, when they make vehicles, they still recall some vehicles back from the market after they have been sold into the market. That is to tell you that there are some secrets that it's just mama review ni. Share understand? Now, if we want to say that because the prophets, The technology we are all.
I don't understand. So if we say there are no prophets, does that mean we are saying there's no God? I don't understand. What are you people saying?
The reason why I'm driving you to that direction is because when we tend to say that, okay, somebody should come and prove something right here, all right? Now, it's like telling a white man that, okay, prove this to me right now. A white man will still tell you that I still need to go to the lab, all right? I need to go to the laboratory to do this and this. So it still tells you that there are some things that cannot be done on the go.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. If you can go to prophets,
yeah,
and prophet pray for you immediately and tell you something. Like,
yes,
to ask question from a prophet and ask his God and give us answer immediately. That is what we are talking about here.
Sherry, àwọn àdúrà kan wà, tó jẹ́ ó máa gbà immediately. Because
we are not talking about that here, sir. Please, sir, listen to me very well.
Okay,
as you are now, if you go to tell prophet that, hello, sir, pray for me. I want to hear from God.
Sherry,
land.
Oh yeah.
The prophet gbogbo wọn máa sọ fún yín wípé God said this, God said that.
Yes.
But bí ọ̀dọ̀ prophet nísìn kẹ́ sọ pé prophet ìjọba mi sọ fún Ọlọ́run wípé kí ni mo dé mọ́ nínú kíní yìí. Wọ́n ní kí wọ́n máa fún ọlọ́jọ́ méje. Ọlọ́run tó bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tí mo kúnlẹ̀ yẹn tó fi ríran fún mi tó fẹ́ fi gbá mi yẹn. Kí ló tó Ọlọ́run ò lè sọ fún ẹ nǹkan tó wà nínú fìlà yìí? What are we talking about?
Mo understand point. Sherry, mistake táwa èèyàn ṣe ni pé àwa tí a ti sọ àwọn prophet or the supposed prophet a ti sọ wọ́n di Ọlọ́run, which is not supposed to be, because even Bible sọ pé kó ní kálukú wá Ọlọ́run ẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ mọ̀ kó mọ̀ dájú. So it means that you as a person, you don't need to go to a prophet before your prayers can be answered. You can pray on your own. You can fast. You can do all your admonitions on your, whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim, you can pray wherever you are. Kò sí bí téèyàn wà tọ́lọ́run ò sí. Kó ní kálukú kó mọ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kó dẹ̀ mọ̀ dájú nǹkan tèmi sọ ni.
Kò kì í ríran la ń sọ. Ṣé wòlíì máa ríran?
Gbogbo wòlíì kọ́ ni a máa pè ní wòlíì gidi o. Gbogbo prophet tó pèrè àwọn prophet kan ní prophet o.
Sẹ́yìn mọ wòlíì kan tó máa ń sọ vision tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ bọ́lọ̀ ló bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ lóòótọ́.
Èmi ò lè advertise for anybody o. Èmi ò dẹ̀ rí inú anybody. Inú tara tèmi òun lèmi rí.
Nǹkan tá a sọ nìyẹn.
Ṣé rí point tèmi ń sọ òun leléyìí? Èmi ò sọ pé bóyá prophet tòótọ́ wà àbí prophet fake wà. Point tèmi ni pé ẹ jẹ́ kí àwa èèyàn.
Mr. Man, wo ti láòbò?
Shani, are you here? Shani,
yeah, I don't think you understood the conversation.
Savage.
Yes.
Now on my platform that last year.
Yeah.
Èmi ò sọ kankan, èmi lèmi wà pẹ̀lú láti yàárọ̀, èmi ò sọ kankan, èmi ò ìtẹ́rí náà ti start.
Yín máa wà ń bí yìí lọ́nà. Tẹ́mi bá fẹ́ lọ ẹ̀kọ́ wa.
Okay.
Is it Jaren?
Yeah, that's Jaren. Shani, please say the request. Shani of Africa. I don't know the request already.
So they said the request.
Me, Mono, machine bearing. Shani, did you send a request?
Can you see that all of them, none of these people have proof? I don't understand. They're not making any sense. That was talking about science and saying because we release new cars every year, that is proof of, what does that mean? What relevance does that have to what we are talking about?
Right.
And this is the thing, the level of even the conversations that these people are watching, so what she explained, you can tell you, I want balagba, she sorrow. Old people taught in law school. See how people that are educated in Nigeria are talking. That will tell you that there's a big problem. So what I'm saying is, kò sí education ta ní gbogbo school ta lọ is not affecting how we think. It's not changing our mindset. I can law school indoctrination. It's not doing anything.
Please send request. You know, if it's not just
wow.
your handle, Oba, and we are many years, so you need to send a request. So Oba come out, they'll just pick you up.
It's ridiculous. I can't believe what I'm hearing, man.
Moremiko.
More is my
Babaláwo
Missionary.
ẹ káàbọ̀.
Okay,
Yeah,
Baba. Turn on this.
ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ sir, ẹ jẹ́ bá wa tọ́nà kárí ojú yín sir, ẹ ṣé gan sir.
Ẹ̀rọ ẹ kúṣẹ́ o.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ sir.
Yeah. Ẹ má bínú mi ò mọ àkòrí tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí gangan, mo kàn bá ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ní middle.
Ẹ kọ́kọ́ introduce ara yín fún wa náà sir.
Orúkọ mi ní Fámáyọ̀wá, so mo lè jẹ́ babaláwo.
Ó ní sir. That's very good. Nǹkan tá a sọ níbí ni wípé àti babaláwo àti àfáà àti wòlíì wípé wọn ò rí kankan wípé wọn kàn ń dà wọn kàn ń tàn wọn kàn ń bóbò wà ní. So a ti gbé pásítọ̀ wọlé kò rí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn proof. Bí babaláwo kan wọlé kò rí proof, àlàyé náà ló ń ṣe. Ṣé ẹ lè proof ẹ̀ fún wa pé lóòótọ́ tí babaláwo bá dá nǹkan ṣé lóòótọ́ ní ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ fún wa àbí nǹkan tó wà nínú wọn náà ń sọ nǹkan tá ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Àlàyé yẹn yé mi dáadáa. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bí báyìí, so let me start from here. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, ẹ̀sìn tó jẹ́ ìṣẹ̀ṣe tó jẹ́ ti tàwa babaláwo kò fi àǹfààní sílẹ̀ fún wa láti sọ wípé arínà tàbí arínà sí lágbájá.
Okay.
So ohun tí wọ́n ń pè ní ifá tàbí ìṣẹ̀ṣe ni kò yí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ìlànà tí ifá fi ilẹ̀ ni wípé kò sí ohun tuntun lábẹ́ ọ̀run. So ifá gbà wípé àwa tí a wà láyé yìí, ayé ní ọjà, ọ̀run nílé. It's not like the biblical view of the world that okay, you come to this earth, then you will die, you go to hell or heaven. No, it's not the same thing. This is how ifá works. You can be born now, you can die, and you can still come back again. Because it's like a marketplace, you come and go, then you come and go. It's your choice. Reincarnation. Then this is what ifá is doing. Those people that have come in the past, there's a recorded activities of everything that has happened in the past. And this life is like a cycling. It's coming and going. So if I believe, if you are coming to the world now, there's no new challenges in the world. It is old challenges that old people are experiencing. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is my explanation. Ifá ò kì í rìnà ká sọ pé gbọ́dọ̀. Tá a bá dá ifá kalẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ ìdí ògbè ládá nísìn. Àwa yóò ṣàlàyé tí èjì ògbè sọ fún mi látàrí àwọn tí Olódùmarè ti kọ́kọ́ dá sí ayé. Now, ìjì ògbè yìí wá ní infinite faces, ó ní ẹsẹ̀ tó pọ̀ gan tí a ò lè kà tán. Náà nígbà tí ìjì ògbè bá jáde fún ẹni yìí, èmi ò ní lè sọ ìṣòro tí ń ṣe ẹni yẹn pàtó. Ṣùgbọ́n a ò máa fi ìjì ògbè bá sọ̀rọ̀ látàrí wípé tí Ifá sọ nìyẹn, odù tó tẹ̀ jáde fún gbọ́dọ̀ sọ ìṣòro tó ń ṣe, ṣùgbọ́n kò ń ṣe pé Ifá ń sọ sí mi létí. À ń sọ látara ẹ̀kọ́ tí a ti kọ́ ni. Now, ẹ wá sọ̀rọ̀ pé probability or possibility lẹ̀kan náà. Ifá ò ṣe probability or possibility. The only ambiguity in Ifá is the definer, èmi gangan. The only false narrative in Ifá ni èmi gangan. Because ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá sọ́dọ̀ mi sìn, about 1,000 faces ló wà nínú ìjì ògbè. Báwo ni mo ṣe fẹ́ mọ ìṣòro tó ń ṣe yín gangan nínú 1,000 faces? So I have to pick from the 1,000 faces. I will just have probably, how do I put it? Like, I'll just have the inspiration. Okay, let me just pick these 5. Then I will tell you the 5. But I might be wrong or I might be right. You cannot say. That's why I said the only ambiguity in Ifá. That's why the Yoruba will say, Ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ òsèké, oníkì ni ògbọ́fá. The Ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ is always right, but the definer might be wrong.
Àwọn babaláwo rè.
Do you
understand?
Nader,
Now,
thank you very much. He knows what he's saying.
Of course. So then the another thing is this: Ifa will not just tell you the messages. Each messages has come with the prescriptions of their own ebo. So I don't even have the right to tell you, okay, this is what you have to do. Just because you are rich, I will not say, okay, go and make me a cow. Because each message has come with the prescribed ebo already. So I have to follow that part. Because that same experience, that same problem that you are experiencing now, some people have had that experience in the past. So the same ebo that they made then, it's what you are supposed to be doing right now to solve that problem.
There's already precedence.
Of course.
Ah.
There's nothing new under the sun. So it's not like the biblical times that will say, oh Lord, God made mercy. Which God?
So
Baba, I don't get any. I understand.
Nobody's saying anything.
This is somebody that knows what he's saying.
But nobody's saying anything. You cannot just say, okay, which from where? No.
Thank you.
So Opele is not wrong, but the definer might be wrong because I have to pick from the infinite. I said the Opele is not.
Oba and break.
Can you hear me?
Of course I can.
Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní comment section ó kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lára bàbá yìí kí ni ẹ̀kọ́ náà ni wípé if you know something you don't need to fight. If they ask you question you will answer. tó bá ti ń forí o fẹ́ lágídí.
O mọ̀ yes ni.
Irú ẹ̀yin yìí báyìí you need to go and be doing program to learn people that have the Ifa.
No. The reason why people like us don't engage in program is this: there is no room for any form of promotions or propagation in Ifa. Ifa don't need you, so there's no need for me to promote Ifa to you. If you need Ifa, comes to Ifa. So I don't have to promote it so that Ifa will have a higher numbers of followers. No, that's not it. Ifa does not need you as follower. If it is only one person that's ready to follow Ifa, that's it. Because you are coming to Ifa to solve your problem. Why would they say, okay, if you don't follow Ifa, does Ifa need your help? No, you need Ifa's help. So I don't have to promote it to you.
Baba, they call me to I need Ifa. With this talk, I need Ifa.
That's the way our forefathers laid down. There's no need for any promotion. No advertisement, no form of propagations from them because they believe you are coming to Olodumare. Why would Jesus say, okay, I must come to him? Because I need your help. Jesus don't need my help. I don't go to church to pray for Jesus. Why should I be compelled to follow Jesus? Because I need Jesus. It's not the other way around. So Ifa does not want anybody to forcefully serve him. If you think you need Ifa, comes to Ifa. I don't have to promote Ifa is this Ifa. No. That's not it. It does not work with us. That's why you don't see Babalawo come online and say, oh, Ifa is this. If you see people just
one share, one fraud, one share.
Those people are not Babalawo, they are just Babalariwo.
One WhatsApp group.
So, it's not surprising. People are using these kind of apps and medias in the other way around. I've been on Instagram for probably like 10, 20 years. I've never come on any live because there's no need. But the fact that I've seen Babalawo comments online, then I need to make the clarification this night. That's why I decided to show.
From the perspective of our history, I think you need to do programs. Not from the point of come to Ifa, but from the perspective of understanding.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what you said right now? Bro, wait, please hold on. You see what you have said right now? It does not mean that I want to come and start worshiping Ifa. But I feel like you have a wealth of knowledge about the doctrines and the doings of our Yoruba religion, right? Because let me explain something to you, right? And this is why you have to take on this responsibility. Listen, English separates culture and religion.
Oh, no, that's what people are getting wrong. You cannot separate.
Yeah, hold on.
No.
Thank you very much. Yoruba is a thing. Woman suffer when you and Oba, listen to this. I always tell people, one man on Christian, to one in UK, and one Muslim, to one in Arab, shedada. Money culture one long practice. Religion one for jet in coin lara culture one. Our practice culture titiwa. Ati your segment.
See,
go ahead.
There's another clarifications that I need to make to people this night that people don't understand. There is difference between westernization and civilization. I always tell people this. Okay, like maybe last 2 weeks or something, I went to the US embassy. Then I dressed in a Guinea brocade or something. Then everybody was like, where is this man from? He might be from the Philippines. I was like, this is civilization, not westernization. So if I should dress in jean and shirt, that's westernization and not civilization. In the olden days, our forefathers are wearing asho ofi, but now we've upgraded them to Ankara, Guinea brocades, and all of that. So if I'm wearing Guinea, it means civilizations, living the high ties and the orthodox ways of our fathers, doing it the new ways. But wearing suits does not mean civilization; it is westernization.
Absolutely,
of course, adopting other people's mode of dressing. So, and religions and cultures are inseparable. Now, let me give you an insight. Now, if you go to the church, they will recite the verses from the Bible. Yet people believe it is powerful. But when I say it is mastery, common sense. No, is powerful, but is not powerful. No. Something is wrong with our people upstairs.
Yeah, and that's why you have to get into that space and let us understand what our history is about. And let us see what you have said right now. You didn't complicate anything. You didn't tell anybody to come and worship before. Right. A lot of people do not understand that there is a connection between our history and also our way to divinity, right? And I can hear this all day just to understand the history. It does not mean I'm going to come and worship before. It does not mean that I'm going to get to that point, right? But at least understand it, because everything you said right now is spot on. You just described the idea of reincarnation and it makes sense. The fact that there's nothing new on earth. The fact that everything has a precedence. And it is that precedence that we use to solve whatever problem in any lifetime that we come in. It makes a lot of sense. Because guess what? Experiences our ancestors were live. That's what it means, right? Is that not what it is?
Of course.
Bro, my mind is blown. I've never heard anybody talk about this way in my life.
Like I do tell people, like, okay, the world keeps improving. Like once upon a time we use all six, then we develop to car. What knows what might come next? So it's like the thing just keep improving. It's not like we are leaving the world and going to another one. No.
Absolutely.
The things in the world, keep encycling, coming around. So that's just it.
But
the only
you killed it,
coming out now is because that woman tí àjòjì bá ti ń pa ìtàn onílé nípakúpa onílé láti sọ ìtàn ara rẹ̀. So we the Babalawos, the Onishoshi generally, we don't used to argue with these people. But I think it is high time we start telling our own story the way it is. I don't know how someone from Arab will be telling me that, okay, this is actually what Orisha is. It's very, very strange. You imagine, you're both telling us it's Satan. How come do you know? Because I'm not saying Jesus is this and Jesus is that. So then if it's Satan, what is Ogun in the Bible? What is Oshun in the Bible? What is Ogo in the Bible?
Ajayi Crowder ni. Ajayi Crowder ló dá ọ̀rọ̀ èṣù yẹn lẹ̀. Ajayi Crowder ló dá gbogbo wèrè yẹn lẹ̀ táwọn èèyàn pé tó that are praying against Èṣù. Èṣù is not the devil.
Sorry.
Okay.
Our Yoruba language did not have a word for devil. Bro, am I right or wrong?
Of course, there's no devil. Of course.
Sorry, go ahead.
Both the Iri and the Ibi, so and they both work together. So there's nothing like issue, devils and all of that, But
Ajayi Crowder name. And in case you guys don't know, Ajayi Crowder, when he was translating the Bible to Yoruba, could not find a word to personify the devil. He now went and looked for Eshu, who is like a trickster, is the closest thing that you would describe Eshu as. If you want to say it's bad, say like Loki, pretty much. That's how I understand the idea of Eshu. And bro, you can educate me, right? I don't know if I'm right or wrong, right? Tell me.
It was not a mistake on the side of Ajayi Crowder, He was enslaved for quite a long period of time. Then he was indicted into, I don't know what they are calling it. Maybe he was baptized or something. So he has to work for...
Yeah, he was baptized.
He has to work for the Oyinbo people. So it was part of the job that was given unto him to make sure that he bastardized everything of Africa. It wasn't a mistake at all. Because if that was a mistake, every other things would have been referenced to in the Bible. Like
no. I'm not even saying it's a mistake. I think he did it. He couldn't find because in our way of life, in our traditional Yoruba way at least, We didn't see good and bad as something that are fighting each other. We saw them as one, moon and the star, man and woman. We understood things not from a point of polarity, but from a point of things are working together in a certain way, right? And things have different personifications, like just like good and bad, yin and yang, right and left, tall and short, dark and just the same thing, right? And there was no devil. We didn't have a devil. And that was why he chose Eshu to use as devil, because he didn't have a language for Eshu inside the devil,
of course,
inside the Bible.
He was even
right?
a slave at
Yeah.
a very, very young age. So
Young age, yeah, I know.
It's not as if he was very familiar with many Yoruba words like that, So
he didn't know anything. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. Bro, you killed it, man. You killed it. Like, I learned a lot right now.
Uncle Ifa, there are money ritual. Is it real?
Well, that's actually one of the things that keeps surprising me due to the level of educations of our people in Nigeria. So there's nothing like money rituals, and I can say it anyway.
Oba said it 100%. Oba said
it.
Of course, there's nothing like money. There's nothing like money ritual. Well, actually, what I think actually prompt this issue of money ritual is our Nollywood. They gave this money ritual of the things, yield promotions and advert and all of that. So okay, let me give you an instance now. There was a case in I think in Ogun State. One pastor and his wife was caught with I think human body part. They were asked, what do you intend using this for? They said they don't even know that they are looking for the babalawos to do money ritual for them. Like they've acquired the materials needed ahead, even without meeting the babalawo first. Like, okay, in case the babalawo said they need human body part, so they've had the materials ready. You understand what I'm saying? So there are people like that they don't even know yet. Okay, there was a time now that this issue of pattern logo bands, normal people would just pass by. They will just take your pants from the rope and all. They don't even know what they will use it for. In case they were like, wait, that's what is in town now. So they will then take it to the babalawo. I've seen people come to me and say, okay, Baba, I have the pants ready. In case I've heard that pant is what is in vogue. Now I was like, pant? Do you mean pant for me? I don't wear pants. What are you saying? So there are so many things like that. But money ritual is never real at all. The question is this: printing and minting of money is being done by CBN. That's number one. There is no genes to bring you money. The monies that are being printed about have serial number. Now, based on the Nollywood perceptions of money ritual, the demon, they will have to go and bring you money either from the bank or from someone else's house. There has never been a report of money missing in the central bank. And now let's do it statistically. Let's say in Nigeria now we are 200 million people. Let's now assume that, okay, we have about 5 million people that are into money ritual. Now, if the demon will have to go and bring money for these 5 million people every day, imagine the numbers of millions and billions that will be missing from central bank or from different individual posts. Or you mean these demons are printing their home money separately from... So I don't know where people are getting this fact about money rituals and all of these things. But the only reasons why I think actually promote this money ritual of things in Nigeria, it is possible for you to make money overnight. So when you see people in your areas that are okay, like we were together yesterday, then this guy made money overnight. So there are several other activities that people can engage to that will bring them money, like fraud, Yahoo, bill links to government officials. If you are not, if you are poor yesterday,
prostitution.
Of course, so prostitution. If you are poor yesterday and you came across probably politicians, they gave you a job, you probably didn't deserve a contract. You make money overnight. Okay, in my area now, most people don't know the works that I do. They were amazed at the level of which I'm living. So they might be speculating that, okay, that guy must be into money ritual. I send items abroad. I'm into selling of African artifact and all of that. So I have clients in Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, Mexico, USA. So these are things that I do that you don't have to physically see it. You understand what I'm saying? I package my item inside my house, take it to DHL and, make the shipment. So you might probably think I'm into money ritual because the business is not feasible to the world. So there are so many things that people are doing that are speculating of, okay, he's into money ritual because you don't actually know the source of the money. But unlike USA, you cannot make such money and say, okay, your job is not visible to the world, because the police will come and visit you and ask you questions. Then they will make it public because you have to pay them tax. So we have so many people in our areas that they make money that, okay, just because we are not privileged to have that kind of money, then the speculations of money are coming. Like in Nigeria now, you are driving Corolla 2007. People say, hey, Ologo, 2007 Corolla. I will do money and be using used car. I did not sell Range Rover in the market anymore. That the demon will bring in money to them, bringing money to me, and you'll be using Corolla 2007 as a money ritualist. Something is wrong with you. Of course.
Right.
So there's nothing like money issue at all. No. Let them come and give us facts. There are so many Nigeria dailies with news. We've never seen in any news.
Hello,
except for Nollywood. We've never seen in any news, in any Nigeria dailies. Okay, like, okay, they were in
So, kí lẹ rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹbọ tó máa ń gbé lọ sórí ìta mẹ́ta yẹn, kí ni ìgbàgbọ́ yín lórí ẹ̀? Télòótọ́ làwọn àjẹ́ kan wá ń jẹ bọ yẹn ni, àbí how do you feel it?
Ṣe rí ìgbà tí a ti sọ ilé nù, dandan ni ká sọ àpò ìyàkọ́. Ẹ ò rí bá a sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan, Yorùbá ò gbàgbọ́ wípé èṣù ń bẹ, devil ń bẹ rádà. Ṣùgbọ́n Yorùbá gbàgbọ́ pé ibi wà, ire dẹ̀ wà. Tí ibi àti ire yìí bá dẹ̀ máa wáyé, oríta mẹ́ta ni wọ́n ń dé sí. So nígbà tí àwọn bàbá wa ń bẹ, wọ́n máa ń gbé ètùtù lọ sóríta láti fi dá àwọn ibi tó bá ń bọ̀ padà, láti jẹ́ kí ire wọlé tọ̀ wọ́n. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó ti di pé wọn ò fẹ́ onílùú, òun dárin, kò sí àǹfààní fẹ́ láti máa gbé ètùtù kan káàkiri oríta. Àwọn tó kúkú fẹ́ fi dáàbò bò náà ń pariwo Jésù mi àtànábì mi yìí. Sọ yín láti fi dàbí ẹni pé ká nullify ẹ̀sìn ẹnì kankan, but wọn ò kúkú tí gbàgbọ́ wọn dìrọ̀ wọn yàtọ̀. Kí ló ń gbé ètùtù rẹ lọ sóríta sí? Ilé tí mò ń gbé, ilé èṣù tí mo kọ́ fúnra mi, mo kàn ní stone coated pan ni, ó sì ti gbẹ bọ̀ mi fúnra mi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ pé tí mi nígbàgbọ́ nú ẹnìyẹn, so I don't have any sense to take it to any T-junction. Ṣùgbọ́n dájúdájú oríta gangan náà ń gbé ẹbọ sí fún èṣù nígbà kan, torí wọ́n gbà pé oríta ló máa ń dúró sí crossroad.
We need to go further more in this encyclopedian lecture, because people that want to learn here, they are plenty.
Then ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré sọ nǹkan kan. Kí ni it's just the level of hypocritical of Nigeria. Ẹ gbàgbọ́ wípé Ànábì is powerful, Jesus is powerful. Ẹrẹ́ni tó ń gbẹ́bọ lọ, ẹ̀ ń bá ajá, ẹ̀ ń lu. Why can't you say I also believe in and the evil will catch fire and the person? Why do you have to beat them? You are worshiping a superior God. Why do you have to be afraid of a minor God? Ẹbọ ló ń bẹ̀rù. Ìwọ tó lánàbì tó ní Jésù, ó tó ń bẹ̀rù ẹbọ. So it's just it shows that you people believe that, okay, the Ìṣẹ̀ṣe is even more powerful. That's why you are afraid, of course. Because you don't have to be afraid of minor God. Ọlọ́run sọ fún pé ẹbọ ò lè ṣe yín ní kankan. That you don't have to be afraid of anything because it's the most powerful.
When nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni wípé ẹni kò dáa kí àwọn èèyàn máa gbẹ́bọ lọ sórí ìta mẹ́ta, wípé kéèyàn kọ́ ilé ìsun ẹ̀ sílé àbí.
Ó dára tó bá jẹ́ pé ládùúgbò mi tó bá ń gbé, mi ò sọ pé kò dára, but nígbà tó yẹ pé àwọn ìlú ti di pé kò rọgbọ, tẹ́ bá gbẹ́bọ lọ sórí ìta ń sìn, the Yorùbá people that are supposed to support you, àwọn náà máa gbé against you. So kí lẹ fẹ́ máa dára yín láàmú láti máa gbé lọ sórí ìta sí, but tó bá yẹ pé àdúgbò tí mi ń gbé o, wọ́n mọ̀ pé babaláwo ni mi day and night. Tí bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbẹ́bọ lọ sórí ìta, màá gbé lọ lọ́sàn-án gan ni. So ìyẹn ò ṣe ní tó nira fún mi rárá.
My question wa níbẹ̀ yẹn ti dáhùn ẹ̀ sá. Tí ẹ̀yin believe lóòótọ́ pé ẹbọ yẹn tẹ́ gbé lọ sórí ìta mẹ́ta yẹn, wípé àwọn kan máa wá gbà ń bẹ̀ lóòótọ́ àti lódodo.
Dandan ni ìyẹn ìtagbésí Jésù, dandan ni àwọn tó lẹ́bọ máa wá gbà, yín lè má rí. Dandan nìyẹn, wọ́n máa wá gbẹ́bọ tí wọ́n.
Ṣé àwọn ewúrẹ́ tó wá ń jẹ yẹn ni àwọn kíní ẹran wá ni, àbí àwọn ajá?
Ẹ máa gbọ́, sí tẹ̀yìn bá rí èṣù tó bá jáde ṣe lè dúró.
Kí lẹ wí?
Sí tẹ̀yìn bá rí èṣù gangan tó bá jáde ṣe máa dúró. Àwọn supplications tó máa sọ pé kán dà ní àwọn mọ́sálásí yẹn, ká fàgbàdo, ká fọ́kà bàbà, ẹran náà ló máa jẹ́. Ìyẹn má tú àárín yẹn.
Dáhùn question yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n dáhùn question yẹn.
Okay, mo gbádùn.
I cannot say that I will stay. I cannot say that I will not stay. Because you are ẹ kàn ń dẹ́rù bà wá ní. How many to jẹ́ èṣù? We don't know who is he. Bóyá èṣù yẹn o, bóyá ó rí ìlì o. bóyá lóòótọ́ ló ń exist ìtàn la gbọ́ story la gbọ́. So now bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà yìí sà ṣe ti rí èsùn yẹn rí ṣe lè explain bí èsùn gangan ṣe rí fún wa.
ṣé ẹ ti rọ́lọ̀ rí.
èsùn kì í sọ Ọlọ́run náà.
ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ní ṣé ẹ ti rọ́lọ̀ rí. ẹni tí mo ti réṣù ló mo dẹ̀ bèrè pé ṣé ẹ̀dẹ̀ nígbàgbọ́ nú Ọlọ́run so mi ní láti réṣù kí n tó nígbàgbọ́ nú ẹ̀ nígbà tí mi rọ́lọ̀ náà.
ẹni sọ sà there is difference between èsùn and Ọlọ́run.
ẹ máa gbọ́ ṣe ọba ẹ má fúnra yín ní gbórí dísán nítorí máa ń sún mi tí n bá explain nípa ìṣẹ̀ṣe fáwọn èèyàn ni. It is not the same way of practice with other religions. Like you worship the God directly, it is not the same way. Olódùmarè is the number last nínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Olódùmarè obey anybody. He has sent the emissary. Let me give you an analysis now. Okay, Tinubu is the current president of Nigeria. Can anybody just walk up to Abuja and say, okay, because I'm in Nigeria, I have to see Tinubu? No. You cannot. There are procedures that you have to follow before you can. You might not even be able to see Tinubu in your lifetime. So that's the way Yoruba practice their God. They are worshiping the Olodumare through the emissary. They will send the Shangos that are supposed to be the emissary of the Olodumare. They will send Obatala. Okay, now let me give you an example now. You know the law, you are in Nigeria. Why don't you go to the court of laws to defend yourself? Why do you have to hire lawyers to go and defend you? Because they are professionals in that field. So it is the same way with God. We are all...
Yeah, so bro, I get what you're saying, but I guess his question is, do you really feel like there is really a issue coming over there, and what will be the significance of that? How would you know that that is a thing? Is it that, hold on bro, is it that that sacrifice that is being carried is just a show, or it's just a significance of something, and not necessarily that an issue is going to appear there physically and take that? Do you see what I'm trying to? So let me explain. So, bro, wait. I'll give some analogies, and maybe you understand what I'm trying to say, right? I've read a lot of concept about the Yoruba culture tradition, and I find a lot of similarities with so many other cultures around the world. For instance, when they say we are worshiping water, a body of water, it is because we know that water is the source of life.
Okay.
It is not necessarily like there's a power, there's a evil spirit inside that water that will kill you or anything, right? But the best way to preserve that water, for instance, let's imagine that that river is where if it's Latin moment here, you know, Latin moment, or Latin way, Latin shape, right? Or possible. You come and disrespect the column to see the Google. So I'm a software, be a homo kick, I'm a soft funky. Can you come and know me? I'm a be able for Mama Shiba into Con sharing link pay in Coconcha de Nube, Lati Jebu boy or anything.
Your is just to scare them off, like to create
not necessarily scare, not scare, preservation. There's a difference in fear and preservation, right? There's so many ways that you can pass these things across. I would rather go with preservation. Right? So my question now is it possible that that is just, for instance, a way for you to show some kind of reverence or anything for that thing, to solidify your faith in what you are doing for it to come to pass? Or is there really, he's asking, do you think that there is actually an issue that appears there and eats those things?
Of course,
it's a pretty straight.
I get your point there, and that's okay. What I'm actually going to explain now. Yes, there is issue. It's not just about preservations or probably a fair factor. Yes,
there's something that comes there.
There is issue there, and I'll give you an instance. I might not be able to prove it, like I said. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. But in another way around, it might still be proved, and I'll give you an instance now. In Egbe, I've witnessed this many times in my life. Not that they tell me, because this is what I do for a living. I've seen people being initiated into a court, and they will be possessed. They will even tell you things about your life that you yourself might not even know, and it will be a fact. You understand what I'm saying? So if you don't actually believe the spirit exists, what possesses them at that point? So it's not just.
Let me give you let me give you an analogy. So when there was a time when I used to work, I still do that job right now, right? There's a guy right now that there was a guy I used to work with. Do you know what multiple personality disorder is?
Of course, I know.
So, mole wabai ko jẹ́ pé èèyàn mẹ́ta ló ń gbé nínú mi. Wait. Now, I'm not talking about that. I'm not even using it in relevance to what you have said. Okay. I want you to give me some kind of explanation. Don't worry, I'm not arguing with you.
No.
So, OBA Magbo, me, Sherry, boy, this guy that I'm talking about, you met along Benue, almost 5 years old, right? There's also a 22-year-old British boy in him. Then there's he himself, that is a 24-year-old American.
Okay.
Right? One year and one pololoni in kota we yon pe niyan. But ọba ibi tí ó ti ya ẹ̀mí wèrè completely ni pé ṣé rí ọmọ 5 years old yẹn, ó ní diabetes. Bọ̀bọ́ yẹn tó bá jẹ́ ara ẹ̀ kò ní diabetes. But tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa ṣe bí ọmọ 5 years old yẹn, blood sugar máa drop. Nǹkan tí mo ń sọ yẹn tí mo bá ṣe fún ọdún mẹ́ta ni mi ìrírú ẹ̀rí. Ìgbà míì tó bá di when it goes into that behavior of the 24-year-old 20-year-old British guy, ó máa rìn lọ, he's going to walk. He likes taking walks, right? He likes taking walks. But tó bá ti ṣe tán ó máa gbàgbé. He will now go back into his own personality. A máa ń wá kiri ni. He has I like to fit trackers lára. So I always see this thing I'm telling you is something I saw. This job I suffered it for like 3 years. So this thing that is inside my head. But boy, in the rollout, other clients, you know what we do now. There are other clients there, right? So no, leave those ones. Leave those ones alone. Leave those ones alone.
You're saying he's lying.
Leave those ones alone. Leave those ones. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. So my brother, in a situation like that, right? Initially, me, I was thinking that this guy is just, acting all of these things out and all of that, right? I want to ask you, to you as somebody who is Ifa, right? What would you say is going on there? And like I said, where I knew that he was not acting was when he starts to talk like a 5-year-old girl, his blood sugar drops and he has to take chocolate or something. What do you think about that?
Okay. Yeah, I actually love the questions. I'll give you the needed answers to that. Now, the Weibo ways of life. So they don't actually believe in spirituality like that. So if anything's happen, they want it to be proven scientifically. So I wouldn't blame them for such ideas. But it is not strange to the Yoruba. So when such things happen, and it has happened many times, not just once, probably you might just have that experience, but this is what I experienced from time to time. I've seen people that are 10-year-old, when they are possessed, they talk like 50 years old, and they will be telling you it is me, like we're just speaking. But it is not any post-human disorder. No. It is Egbe completely. Because what we mean by Egbe is group, your heavenly mates. So those people that are speaking are actually your heavenly mates. Because it is because you are the one in possessions now, and they have messages for their family. So that is why they are speaking through you. Because you are the only one that can speak for them. Just you can speak for like 50 people. So if there's nothing spiritual, then why are you speaking for like 50 people? It's not any post-human disorder. Because there are certain things that will do that will bring you to normal within 5 minutes or something. And we will do it for real, of course. So once we notice that you are being possessed by your Egbe, there are certain words, rites, and rituals that will perform. Then you come back to normal. It is real. This is things that I've experienced the whole of my life. Even my younger brother is normal things that I do from time to time. He tells everybody in the family messages that have always been real and solid, 100%. So, but I cannot prove that to you right now. But this is where I'm living. Anybody can just come and stay with me for probably 1 year and say I'm lying. You hear things about your family. You don't need to introduce your family to me. They will tell you their names and all of
it. You know why I asked you this question? When that guy starts acting like that, that's what I just remember. And that's why I'm asking that question, because for us, we cannot, obviously now, we can't diagnose, now, right? We can only, manage the behavior.
This year, I lost a brother that has been foretold or forewarned that he should not travel to Ibadan. That any day he travels to Ibadan, he will encounter an accident. And he did. We all went to Ibadan together. We were coming back and he had an accident and he died. So forget about it. I'm not making it all. I cannot lie about someone that is dead. So I don't have to give anything to anybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wọ́n ní ìdàdé béèrè question kan láàrin yẹn.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
Kí ni kan tí ẹ rí tẹ́ fi gbàgbọ́ wípé èèyàn mẹ́ta ló wà nínú ẹ̀?
Bó ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni àti eré tó máa ṣe. So tó bá ti di ọmọ kékeré yẹn, ọmọ tí mo sọ yìí wọ́n ra toy fún gbogbo ẹ̀ nínú ọjọ́ tí mo kọ́kọ́ meet ẹ.
Tẹ́ fi gbàgbọ́ nínú ẹ̀, I just want to know.
No, kò ń ṣe pé mo gbàgbọ́, kò tẹ́ ṣe pé bóyá mo gbàgbọ́, ó máa ń ṣe ni. Ó máa ṣeré bí ọmọdé, ó máa fi toy ṣeré. Kò ń ṣe toy ọkùnrin o. Then nǹkan tó tún wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ẹ dúró ẹ explain further. Ṣé tí wàá rí bọ̀bọ̀ British tó máa ń ṣe, ó máa sọ̀rọ̀ bí British, ó máa sọ̀rọ̀ accent, British accent. Àwa lóun fẹ́ rìn. Ibi tó ti máa ń ní problem, nǹkan tí kìíní ṣe máa ń bí mi nínú nìyẹn. Tó bá ti di bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn, bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn like láti máa rìn. Ṣé tó bá ti ń rìn lọ, ó máa kìíní ẹ̀ àwa street séyàn tó rí jẹ́. Àwa sọnù, á ti rìn gbàgbé, àwa sọnù, àwa máa wá kiri.
Okay. Now, thank you very much. Now, tó bá ń react gbogbo nǹkan tó ń react to, ṣé face ẹ̀ báyìí máa ń change?
No. Expressions ẹ̀ ló kọ́ lè change. Bó ṣe máa bá yín sọ̀rọ̀.
Kan ló ń lò but reaction ló máa yàtọ̀.
Yeah, behaviour gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe ló máa change.
Now, bí mo ṣe wà nísìnyí, ṣé mi lè àti bí ọmọ kékeré?
Yes,
of course. Ṣé mi lè àti bí wèrè?
Of course.
Ẹni tó wà normal àbẹ́ ẹni tó wà normal.
Of course.
So, all those things is a forging. And let me tell you something. Bí mo ṣe wá mi ò believe nínú ẹgbẹ́. Ẹ ń gbọ́ mi. Sẹ́rí babaláwo yìí.
Èmi náà ò believe nínú ẹgbẹ́. I just ask her, so I don't believe in all of those things.
Ẹgbẹ́ kíkà ṣẹ́gẹ̀.
Nígbà tí a dé orí ọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tí a dé ọ̀rọ̀ èṣù, ṣé wọ́n pé ọ̀rọ̀ wa ó yapa díẹ̀. How? Ó yapa ni wípé sẹ́rí we call something when we are talking about Christian Muslim herbalists. Ó máa ní oríta jẹ́ dé tó bá jẹ́ àwọn tí o gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ síbẹ̀ rárá. Ó máa dé oríkè no matter. Sẹ́rí èmi tó jáde tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ nípa àpọ̀ mẹ́ta yìí, èmi ló mọ iye ọdún tí mo fi gbá research. Ó ní kòríta kan tí kìrìsìtẹ́nì máa dé tí kìrìsìtẹ́nì kò ní fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ sí eré ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn because ó mọ̀ pé tóun bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ lọ sí eré ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn àti kìrìsìtẹ́nì tú. Ó ní kòríta tí mùsùlùmí máa dé kò sí bó ṣe lè jẹ́ olóòótọ́ tó jẹ́ wípé kò ní fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ torí pé ó mọ̀ pé tóun bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ débẹ̀ yẹn àṣírí máa tú. Now babaláwo ẹ bá ṣe iṣẹ́ kan fún wa, iṣẹ́ yẹn ni wípé à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa èṣù, ẹ wá ń fi èṣù ẹ wá fi ń wí Ọlọ́run. All this what we are talking about èṣù Ọlọ́run. We inherit all this story from Bible, Quran and Odu Ifa. So now nǹkan mẹ́ta yìí òun láti rí ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn. Kò sẹ́ni tó rí èṣù rí nínú wa. But
lórí Jésù rí, kò sẹ́ni tó rànà bí èyí.
Ẹjọ́ kò sẹ́ni tó rí èṣù rí nínú wa, kò sẹ́ni tó rí Jésù rí nínú wa, kò sẹ́ni tó rí ànábì yẹn. Bóyá ó ṣe sí káwọn èèyàn rí yẹn, I don't understand that one because ìyẹn ò tí ì pẹ́ láyé, ìyẹn ò tí ì pẹ́ tó ìwàsáyé tó ìlọ. So kí ni mo wá ń sọ ni wípé nígbà míì ó dá kéèyàn máa find out àwọn kankan. Àwọn nǹkan ẹyọ kan tí ò ṣe find out. Sẹ́rí conversation tá à ń ṣe yìí, ká ní pé àwọn òyìnbó ló ń ṣe ni, wọ́n lè ṣe conversation yẹn more than 1 year. Ibi tó bá stop ẹ̀ sí lé ní tó bá dọ̀la wọn tó wá. Because ibi tá a bá ti ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ jómi torí ọ̀rọ̀, òun la máa ti rí di òtítọ́, la máa ti rí truth. Kí ni nǹkan tá à ń béèrè ni wípé nígbà tí èèyàn bá gbé ẹbọ lọ sórí ìta mẹ́ta, tí èṣù dẹ̀ jẹ́ alágbára. Tó dẹ̀ máa di àárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì tá máa rí ajá tó máa jẹ ẹbọ yẹn point 1. Tá máa rí àgùntàn tó máa jẹ tó máa gbá kàbí kọ́kàdá ti gbá ẹbọ yẹn dànù yẹn point 1. Number 2, àtìgbà tí mo ti rí pé tó ń gbẹ́ ẹbọ wọn, mi ò rí wípé kó ń kó owó gidi sínú ẹbọ yẹn rí bí àwọn 10 naira, bí àwọn 20 naira. tó bá jẹ́ pé lóòótọ́ wọ́n believe wípé èṣù ló ní ẹbọ yẹn ó dẹ̀ máa gba ẹbọ yẹn so yẹ kẹ́rù máa bà wọ́n láti kó owó gidi sórí ẹbọ yẹn. So that is my question. That is what I want you to explain.
Ṣé rí iye owó tí yẹn kó sórí ẹbọ àbí etí ò kó sórí ẹbọ, it does not matter. It is not about the money. Then pé wọn ò kó owó gidi sórí ẹbọ yẹn, so well actually money is not supposed to be on the ẹbọ. Èmi ò tí mọ̀ bí táwọn gbogbo yẹn ti ń rí gbàǹjo. Then we have these people that are practicing syncretism, people that don't have a single defined religion. Ẹni tí ò lẹ́sìn kan bí àwọn àfáàtàn máa ń rúbọ, but kẹ́ ẹ̀ lè rí babaláwo ẹni tó jẹ́ ojúlówó babaláwo kó rú ẹbọ kó kówó sórí ẹbọ. No. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ máa rí ẹbọ babaláwo lóríta, ó láwọn àpẹẹrẹ tẹ́ máa mọ̀ pé babaláwo ló rú ẹbọ eléyìí tí kì í ṣe ẹbọ táwọn àfáà kan gbé nínú ilé tán gbé jáde. Then about pé ajá ló ń jẹ ẹbọ tàbí ẹranko ló ń jẹ ẹbọ, mi ì lè sọ pé pàtó báyìí lórí, ṣùgbọ́n tèmi mọ̀ ní pé tó ń kálukú bá nígbàgbọ́ nú ẹ̀ kò ṣe é. So tẹ́sù bá máa wá gba ẹbọ yín, ẹ lè rí sùn fisikálì kó wá gba ẹbọ yín, gbogbo tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ló kálẹ̀ ẹran ló ń jẹ. Bí Jésù wá darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹran yẹn tó jẹ́ o, I cannot say, torí fẹ́ fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbà yí pé èṣù ti fara rẹ̀ hàn fèmí dáadáa láwọn ọ̀nà tá ń gbà ṣe tí wọ́n pé èṣù ń bẹ. Ọbàtálá ti fara hàn dáadáa tí a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Ọbàtálá tó Bàtálá ò gbẹnu èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa, ẹgbẹ́ ti gba ẹnu èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa tó ti sọ fún mi pé ẹgbẹ́ ń bẹ tó fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ tí èsì ṣe lónìí tí èsì ṣe lánàá. So nítorí kálukú bá nígbàgbọ́ nù ẹ̀ kó ṣe èyí tó jẹ́ òdodo ọ̀rọ̀. So mo dẹ̀ ń sọ fún yín pé ìgbàgbọ́ tí ìṣẹ̀ṣe ó yàtọ̀ sí bí àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn yòókù ṣe là sílẹ̀. Olódùmarè kò ń ṣe ìtàwọn pé mo fẹ́ nǹkan bá Olódùmarè kò sí níbẹ̀. Wọ́n ó lọ sọ́dọ̀ Ṣàngó ní ó gbé wúre wọn lọ sọ́dọ̀ Olódùmarè, wọ́n ó lọ sọ́dọ̀ Ọya ní ó gbé wúre wọn lọ sọ́dọ̀ Olódùmarè, wọ́n ó lọ sí sọ pé èèyàn ò lè gbàdúrà sí Olódùmarè, but Yorùbá ò fi sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe pé ó parí pé láti sọ pé tó ká kó obì ká kó ọtí lọ sídìí Ọya, ẹ lè jókòó nù lẹ́yìn báyìí tó Ọya mo fẹ́ nǹkan báyìí láì mú nǹkan kan lọ sídìí rẹ̀, tó bá wo Ọya ó ṣe fún yín ni. Tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ mú nǹkan lọ sídìí ẹ̀ náà tí wúre yín ò bá nígbà kò ní gbà ni. So kò sí ẹnìkan tó lè fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀sìn kan pé ní tóun bá ṣe yálà àwẹ̀ lágbà ni. Ọlọ́run tó ní kẹ́ fi panú nínú mùsùlùmí tó ní ká gbà àwẹ̀ sí yóò wá darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn nú yóò máa láfún wọn ní àbíbáwò. Ẹnì kankan ò lè define.
Màrán wọn ṣe wọn mà kàn parọ́ mọ́.
So ẹnì kankan ò lè define wípé báyìí láwẹ̀ sígbà. Mo dẹ̀ sọ fún yín pé nínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe o, ìtàn làkalẹ̀ tán ní ká ṣe bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn, kì í ṣe kí babaláwo yóò sọ pé Ifá tó dá lónìí o ewúrẹ́ ló gbà. Bọ́n ìtẹ́nìyẹn ṣe nígbà ìjọ ńláńlá ẹni tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yẹn tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọ́n nísìnyẹn, ẹni tó ṣe ńgbà yẹn gẹ́rẹ́ ló ṣe, ẹni tó sì ṣe náà ni ètùtù táwọn bàbá wa ń ṣe tá a bá lọ́wọ́ wọn tá a sì ń ṣèdọ̀la tí ó ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Dẹ́mu rẹ̀ ti rí ní comment section táwọn yẹn sọ pé I dey suffer, I need it, even myself I need help. So make anybody no call my contact say máa change their fortune mi ò lágbára o, èèyàn bíi ti yín náà ni èmi náà. So I no dey look for any client, I no dey look for anybody. Even me, I have my own job. I tell you guys that I was sending shipments, selling businesses and all of that. So even me, if I believe in anything we go just change my life magically, you think say I go dey do business? That's it. So ìtẹ̀yìn bá ṣe láyé yìí ló máa gbà. Ká gbìyànjú business tí mo ń ṣe tí mo fi ń rúbọ tì ní wípé mo gbàgbọ́ wípé apọ̀ tá à ń ṣe òwò tá à ń ṣe yìí, ṣùgbọ́n kó Olódùmarè ó lè jẹ́ kí tèmi ó sùn ju tẹgbẹ́ yòókù lọ ẹni mo ṣe ń ṣe, ṣùgbọ́n kí kì í ṣe pé wàá máa sùn lé Olódùmarè. Yeah.
Bro, what's now the advantage of doing that? Kini, you said you have to work like everybody else. You have to do this. You have a business and all of that.
This is the advantage.
Right? So what is the value?
Okay, this is the advantages. We believe in spiritual alignment. Like I said, I'm not the only one doing this business. But how am I going to ensure that mine becomes profitable? We've seen people that work hard, yet they could not make any enemies. That means they do not have the spiritual alignment. That is why they are not making it.
Bro, wait. Bro, I don't agree with that. How do you judge how hard they are working?
Of course, I cannot say. But they are working, obviously. People are trying, but they are still not making it.
Yeah. Bro, how do you judge how hard they are working? You can't judge how hard somebody's working. Let me give you an example, right?
So, see
I always hold on now. I'm not arguing your faith with you. With you. I'm just saying that a lot of the things that you're describing, I don't see the reason why. Everybody seems to think that there's a reason why, So let me explain something to you, right? What I do, the way I do it. If you ask me, Savage, what do you do? And I tell you I meditate. If you ask me why should you meditate, I'll tell you why you should meditate. And I can tell you that meditate tonight on something, and this is what might happen. That's it, right?
Yeah,
do you see what I'm trying to say?
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on now.
Because that I believe in what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it. That's the faith.
No. Mine is not. Wait now, bro. Mine is not a belief. Mine is not a belief. So let me explain the difference between belief and reality or fact to you, right?
Of course, I know the difference.
No, I don't think that we do. But let me give this analogy. Sherry Phony, this phone.
Savage, hold on.
The phone is the reality, but the reality does not work anymore. It's not the same thing with
Wait now. Wait.
Okay.
I don't just say
Seni ọ̀rẹ́ wa ni ẹ bá gbé wọlé.
Don't send
Ó ti send request bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ kémi máa lọ. Ṣẹ́pọ̀ mo máa wò all right. Okay. All right.
See you later. My brother, you see this phone? This
of course
phone does not care whether you are Muslim, Christian, Yoruba, Igbo, or
yeah, of course.
No, I'm just saying that anybody can operate this.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't matter if you are Igbo, Yoruba, all of that and all. It does not matter. It's a phone. You pick it up, you turn it on. It's going to work. Shikena. Ko bejolo. All right. Now, this is now religion and belief. This cross, except you believe in Jesus Christ Almighty, it cannot work for you.
No.
That's the difference.
Of course.
Right? That's the difference. This phone, anybody who must share phone, my cat, Tobawa te, nibi to ekote, omato. That's the difference. So I always ask a lot of people when they are religious and all of that, I ask them, I say, what is that thing that makes this peculiar? I'm not hearing that if you're a Christian, it means that you'll be able to create Microsoft and create applications and be able to sing to the future. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that because you're a Christian, you are going to automatically have something. All I hear is, for Christians and Muslims, it is afterlife. Nothing about life. Everything is afterlife. And for me, I don't care about afterlife. Anything you cannot give me or prove here to me, take it. I don't need it. All right? My brother, you mentioned something. And I want to ask you this, and I ask a lot of Christians this question,
okay,
and Muslims. Is Eshu a spiritual being or a physical being?
Of course, it's a spiritual being.
If Eshu is a spiritual being, kill Eshu for my own gesture.
Okay.
Wait, no, let me go further. I'll let you answer. The only reason we are eating is because we have a body.
Of course.
The only reason we can wear gold is because we have a body. Okay. The only reason I can see OBA Solomon is because I have a physical body.
Okay.
The moment I die or anything spiritual happens, there's no connection with the spirit. There's no connection anymore. Because I hear you right now talking about Eshu would come and eat a sacrifice. Food. That is one. I hear Christians say that when you die and you go to heaven, there is gold in heaven. Yes. I hear Christians say that when you die, Muslims will say there are 7 virgins in heaven. The question I'm trying to, what does not make sense? Because you make sense to me. What don't make sense to me in all of this matter is, they are saying that the physical, Christians and Muslims will always say anything that is not spiritual cannot come near God. And you also right now telling me that Eshu is a being that is not of human nature. My question is, if Eshu is not a being of human nature, of what value is food? If Jesus Christ is not a being of physical nature, what is the use of gold? If the Muslim heaven is not of physical nature, what is the value of 7 virgins? That's my question. But you take your issue part.
Okay, no. I'll answer your questions. Now, let me ask you the questions before I answer your question. Do you believe God exists?
Do I believe that God exists?
Oh, yeah.
In what capacity?
No, it's not about any capacity. Ask me, do I believe it's spiritual being? I do not ask if it is any. Do you believe God exists?
No. You can. In what capacity? As a guy that is sitting up there. Listen, wait, bro, wait. No. Bro, wait. The concept of God is something that I don't want to get into, right? But calm down, bro, don't get angry. Calm down. Listen to what I'm telling you. All right, just listen.
You are not trying to get angry.
Right?
No.
Hold on. When you hear the word God, does it mean the same thing to everybody? Does what God means to you and a Christian, is it the same thing? It is not. So tell me, when you ask me, do I believe in God? I'm asking you in what capacity? Answer the question. Are you asking me about God in terms of a guy that is sitting in heaven and looking at the earth? In what capacity are you asking me, do I believe in God?
No. Let me paraphrase the question again. Do you believe there is supreme being, the Almighty, not God?
Do I believe that there is a supreme being? Okay. Let me answer the question this way. There is no supreme being that is existing outside of myself. I am the supreme being like this.
So you believe your own creator?
Yes. I decided to come. I decided to come in this body. I decided to be where I am right now. I decided to be having this conversation today. This body, the creator cannot exist outside of this being that's talking to you right now. That's it.
Okay. There's no problem. You've answered my question, so I don't have to explain for that. Now, let me go back to your question of issue. Well, you ask whether issue is a spiritual being or physical being. Okay. Let me just make some clarification of that. Issue is both a spiritual being and a physical being. Now, if you agree that you are a chosen being, you are a Eniyan, just like the Yoruba do say it, Eniyan, because there are several other people that will believe that they are still coming to this earth, right? Because presently now some people are pregnant, some people are coming to the earth, so that means they are the next chosen being, Eniyan, Entiyan. Are you with me?
Yes, I can hear you. I muted myself. Yeah, I can hear you, Chloe.
Now, if you are a chosen being, then who chooses you to come to this earth? Those that are coming, who are choosing them to come?
I chose myself and decided to come now.
You choose yourself, so you choose your parent as well. You no.
Oh, my brother, yes, my brother. I chose myself. I chose my mother. I chose every single thing that has brought me here.
Of course. No. If you don't believe in God, right, that's the choice. I don't have to explain things for us. It's just getting complicated because I do not have the right words to explain.
No, it's not complicated. It's simple. My brother, let me explain something to you, right? My brother, let me explain something to you. My brother, anything that you know that you cannot explain to a 6-year-old, you don't really know it.
Well,
right? My brother, let me see. You just said something right now. Let me explain what I mean to you. You just said that we are infinite beings. Infinite.
Of course.
You said we are reincarnating, we are coming all over again.
Yeah.
Do you think there's somebody that is there that is spinning the wheel? Or
of course,
just happening in perfect symmetry? Do you think that, so you think that there's somebody there that is spinning the wheel?
Definitely.
Okay, I don't accept that fact because the sun and the moon have existed for years. They've not fallen into each other. There's nobody there spinning the wheel. They are doing what they are supposed to do in its perfect time.
No. It's only, I don't know about
now. But let me finish. Everything is happening in perfect symmetry. We'll continue. I know you continue. There's nobody in there that is inside there turning it with their hands.
Okay.
We can't hear you very well, Savage.
Oh, can you hear me?
We can't hear you. You are asking whether it's your VPN.
All right, let me mute. Let somebody else talk, man. Let me fix my stuff.
Okay. Oya, son of Africa.
Okay.
What do you want to say about it?
Can I just say another thing now?
Okay, go on.
No. You said you believe you choose yourself, and whatever might happen to you is your choice, right? Okay. Look, let me now bust your brain. I don't want to go into that details before so that people won't think. Do you know there are some peoples that they can actually do unto you what you don't choose for yourself? Like, okay, people will tell you that you're going to go mad in 7 days. Do you choose to be mad in 7 days, or other people make that choice for you?
Baba, nobody can make me mad in 7 days. Go and call the person right now. I'll give you my name. I'll give you my father's name. I'll give you my mother's name. Tell somebody to make me mad in 7 days. Oh God, no car. Bro, this story. I am with Baba. I'm challenging that nonsense right now. I'll give you my name, my mother's name, my father's name. Make me mad.
No.
You cannot make me mad, my brother. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot make me mad. Go going. All the far priests in Nigeria cannot make me mad. I'll give you my name, my mother's name, my father's name. You cannot make me mad. No, stop all these fear tactics. Nobody can make me mad.
Of course, we are only debating here. I'm just saying, okay, you might not believe it. Okay, I don't believe it, and that's your choice. I'm not saying I can make you mad.
But nobody can make me mad. Nobody can bend my own will. If I don't want it, it cannot happen to me. If I die in this moment right now, because I suppose die now, nobody can bend my will. End of story.
Definitely, you are just being aggressive. You don't have to be aggressive. You just have to make your point clear. So,
Baba, no vex. All those kind of things, they trigger me. I dey hear them always. I dey hear them every time. Nobody can make me mad.
You just have to raise the level of your point. You don't have to be aggressive. No, I don't agree with that.
You're right. I apologize. I really do apologize. But I need you to know, nobody they make anybody mad. Now, why is
that I believe in something that you don't believe? I respect your opinion. That's your choice. Then you have to respect mine too. So you don't have to.
My brother, I cannot believe in you saying something that concerns me.
I don't believe in you too, because you are like.
No, hold on. You said no. Bro, that's not an opinion. That is something you are loading on me, that somebody can make me mad. Nobody can make me mad. Nobody. And if it's possible, my brother, and if it's possible, I am willing. My brother, let us put it to a test now. Let's put that theory to a test. Let's put that theory to a test. I want to put it to a test. Let's put it to a test.
Do that. It's just like, okay, we are making references to certain things, then I have to go to that line. But
my brother, let us put it to a test. I am willing to stake my life and put it to a test.
My brother, this word, this word, it go far. Forget that. It go far. This word, it go far.
Baba, all those things are fear tactics. We know the fear for years.
See, listen, if life is spiritual, living in it has to be spiritual. Forget that. That's just it. Move now. See, there are these things like, okay, people already have a certain mindset. They are not ready to listen. There's difference between hearing what people are saying and listening. Then that's what my father do say. You don't have to allow people to listen to you at a certain point. They might actually go back home, digest on your word, and probably, they might find it right. But I won't agree with you. The truth is factual. Truth is not bitter. That's the mistake that people are making. Truth is factual.
Baba, but you're not giving facts. You're giving belief systems. I'm telling you right now that I'm willing to stake my own life and my future on that idea that somebody can make me mad. And you are saying something else.
Jesus too.
Make we come out on top of the matter now.
So it's not strange to me. So, yeah.
Baba, make we come out on top of the matter. Nobody feel make anybody mad. All that one story.
I don't comment that one now.
All those things are fear tactics. We know the fear for years. Not fear tactics.
If God creates, if you believe that God fears, then I have to be afraid. It's normal for me to be afraid. You are saying it is fear. That means you believe the word fear is. Then I have to be afraid.
I don't believe in the word fear. I'm telling you that it's not realistic.
You don't believe it? Okay, no problem.
That fear, that's what the definition of fear is. You cannot tell me that those things are things that people have always used to correct other people's behavior. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Of course, faith is just like the Bible created heaven and hell.
It's okay, sir. We have a Soro, Africa, son of Africa.
OBA SOLOMON AGBAYE. We all invite me leni. Ó ti pẹ́.
God bless.
Ọjọ́ ti pẹ́ tí mo ti fẹ́ wá sí IG live yín.
Glory be to God.
Tìdùnnú lọ fi wá pè mí wá. So I'm happy to be here.
Amen.
Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ, ayé ń bẹ ọ̀run wà o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
Bẹ ọ̀run wà.
Inú ayé ìláyé wà.
Ayé ń bẹ ọ̀run wà. Tá bá tiẹ̀ fẹ́ jiyàn díẹ̀ tùbínùbí kó má fàjà. One point. Àwọn tó lóyìnbó tó ń ṣe logic westernized Canada, US, UK, àwọn Europe 2 + 2 = 4 ní tiwọn. So irú àwa yìí tá a bá kúrò ní Nàìjíríà tá a bá débẹ̀ yẹn tá a bá rí so bọ́yìí má ṣe nǹkan ní tiwọn leléyìí a máa bá wọn ṣe tiwọn bẹ̀ but kò mí ní pé nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ní Nàìjíríà bí tá à ń bọ̀ kò dáa o ó wrong ó tí o nǹkan táwa gbàgbọ́ nú ẹ̀ kò ṣe pé ó wrong o bí ayé ṣe yé wa sí nìyẹn bí ayé ṣe yé wa sí nìyẹn tó bá bí ọmọ òyìnbó olóyìnbó tó bá bí sínú Nàìjíríà bí àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ṣe máa ronú láfíríkà ló máa gbogbo ìṣẹ̀ṣe tá à ń ṣe lónìí wọ́n máa ṣe tó bá bí ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó bí sí Amẹ́ríkà UK bọ́yé ń ronú ní Amẹ́ríkà àti UK ló máa ronú o ìyẹn ò sọ pé ìdí tí pé 2 + 2 = 4 ní ìlú tí wọ́n ṣe dá ju Nàìjíríà lọ because ní India wọ́n ṣògùn India wọ́n gbàgbé nínú gbogbo òòṣà tá à ń ṣe o kò sọ pé kí ìlú wọn dàrú o so it's different everybody has the way they see the world àwọn kan wọ́n ní talent or vision they dey see things wey go happen they dey predict they no need open church kò ní kan ṣí church or shrine síbi kan wá rí wọ́n bí pẹ̀lú talent yẹn ní abínibí ni eléyìí dá yàtọ̀ sí ability it is inborn so ẹ má jà sọ pé nítorí pé everybody believe in your thing the way we see the world is what we try to be ìkọ́tà àti ìkọ́tà máa pè pé if the fact that we cannot see something pé a lè rí lójúkorojú kò ṣe it doesn't mean that the thing is not there a lè rí nǹkan lójúkorojú kò sọ pé kíní yẹn ò sí ń bẹ̀ o ó lè wá bẹ̀ kó má rí kójú ẹ má rí náà ṣèbí wọ́n ní ajá rí àwọn kankan àwọn ẹranko kan wọ́n rí nǹkan tá a rí ìyẹn lọ́pẹ́ ní wavelength.
ẹ ṣe gan pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ sọ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ sọ yìí mo like ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ but ní gbogbo nǹkan tó wà láyé pátá téèyàn ò bá tiẹ̀ lè rí ó máa ní feelings.
wàá máa gbọ́.
am I right?
wàá ti máa gbọ́.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
èèyàn lè má rí but á gbú rẹ tàbí kó ní feelings yẹ. from example yìí sí nígbà táwa ní kékeré tá a bá wọnú igbó lọ tá a bá fẹ́ lọ jó oògùn tá a bá kọjá lára àlùjọ̀nú orí wa fì àmọ́ ọmọ pé kíni kan ṣẹlẹ̀ níbi tá a dé yìí. ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tí a ń sọ níbí yìí ni wípé religion babaláwo àfà wọ́n ti sọ wá di ṣe wọ́n ti bà ayé wa jẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà so àtúnṣe là ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ àwọn àtúnṣe ọ̀nà wo là nígbà bọ́ sóko ẹrú kí ni nǹkan tó wúlò nínú nǹkan àwọn bàbá wa kí ni nǹkan tí ò wúlò là ń debate lé lórí so nǹkan tó wúlò yẹn kí ni ẹ̀rí àrídájú pé kí ni èyí wúlò lóòótọ́ báwo la ṣe lè sọ kí ni èdè ńlá débi wípé gbogbo àgbáyé náà máa ra kí ni yìí lọ́wọ́ wa eléyìí kò exist o àwọn bàbá wa kò fi ń sọ àsọdùn ni o ká yà sọ́tọ̀ ká má kó pọ̀ bí mo ṣe wà yìí tí bá jẹ president lẹ́nìí gbogbo Nollywood pátá mo máa arrest wọn ẹ máa béèrè pé kí ni reason.
kí ni reason bá mi.
because kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ ritualist oògùn owó àwọn Nollywood ló ti introduce oògùn owó fáwọn boys wa oògùn owó exist in anywhere kò sí ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé oògùn owó wà kó gbé ọmọ tóun bí jáde kó sa wẹ́wẹ́ kó sọ pé kọ́mọ yẹn máa pọ̀ owó so gbogbo sàkámà jẹ́ yẹn àwọn Nollywood òun ló kọ́ wa pé oògùn owó wà kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ oògùn owó exist in anywhere so now nǹkan tá a wá ń debate lé kó ló dé pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dáríwo nísìnyí wípé wọ́n náà máa ń gbẹ́ bọ́ lọ sórí ìta mẹ́ta wọ́n ní èso wa ń jẹ èso tó wá ń jẹ yẹn mo wá ń sọ wípé nígbà tá a bá máa dórí ìta mẹ́ta lọ́jọ́ kejì a máa rí ewúrẹ́ tí wọ́n máa jẹ ẹbọ èso a máa rí ajá tí wọ́n máa jẹ a máa rí mọ́tò máa ti gbá ẹbọ dànù àwa ní sí lóòótọ́ wọ́n gbàgbọ́ pé èso ń jẹ ẹbọ yẹn wọ́n wá ní wọ́n gbà ok báwo lè ṣe mọ̀ wípé èso ń jẹ wọ́n wá ń bèrè lọ́wọ́ pé sáwá rí Ọlọ́run ok àwa ní Ọlọ́run àti èso is not the same thing Savage wá bèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn wípé do you know is this spiritually or physically ó wá ní èso spiritually ṣé spiritual máa ń jẹun ni so gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tá a sì ń sọ yẹn is researching ìyẹn ò fi hàn wípé mo right àbí Savage right àbí àwọn right à ń fọ̀rọ̀ jomi toro ọ̀rọ̀ ká lè mọ òtítọ́ tó wà níbẹ̀ nǹkan tó bá mọ̀ nípa kí náà kan ṣàlàyé fún wa pé ok èso ń jẹ o báwo ló ṣe ń jẹ sà kí wọ́n ṣàlàyé ká lè mọ truth nǹkan tá a sọ truth là ń wá kiri ń sìn kì í ṣe argument kì í ṣe ìjà tó bá pé àtúlẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀jọ́ mi.
Ọba Solomon tí truth ní lè rohùn kọ́ tí truth bá ń sá fún yín kọ́ there are some conversations that better best or be left alone ká má wá díẹ̀ lè rí àwọn máa sọ̀rọ̀ ní.
tí truth bá ti sá fún wa ká fi truth yẹn síbẹ̀ ká má lọ síbẹ̀.
ṣe fini tí truth bá ti sá fún wa ẹ sá fún truth leave the truth alone.
Ifá ti ẹ̀ sọ ó ní Èdùmàrè tó dáyé kò fi ìdí ayé ẹnì kankan so tá a bá ti mọ bí ṣe ń jẹ bọ àwa náà ti sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àdéṣù nìyẹn so
àwa wà nù agolo
abẹ́
understand agolo yẹn
ẹ mẹ́jẹ̀ ká tó gbogbo láì yẹn bọ̀ iṣu dé
ẹja sínú aquarium wọ́n fi ẹja sínú agolo ẹja ló ń fẹ́ understand ní agolo tó ń wà it's not possible we are inside the world we cannot understand kò lè yé wa let's enjoy and move on.
Sorry. I hear what everybody is saying, but Oba Solomon, honestly, personally, I think that this is why Africa is where it is. Oba Solomon, every time tí bá wọnú plane, nǹkan tó pọlọ mi máa ń rò ní pé ta ló rò ń pé òun lè fò nínú òfurufú bí ẹyẹ. Oba Solomon, àwa tá lè sọ̀rọ̀ tá lè wá ìdí nǹkan as simple as history wa. Oba Solomon ṣá máa dá aeroplane tá fẹ́ dàbí ẹyẹ.
Out there they say anything ojú kan la máa wà.
Thank you very much. Oba Solomon ṣe rí mindset yìí láṣẹ wà ń bí táwà. Èrò yìí ń pé o lè wádìí nǹkan láṣẹ wà ń bí táwà. Àwọn èèyàn kan wádìí nǹkan ni a ṣe ń lo Instagram ní gbogbo àwọn àbí báyìí tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ culture wa lórí Instagram. Àwa kọ́ la dá. Tá à ń rojọ́ lórí Instagram tí gbogbo wa ti ná tán tí gbogbo wa. Èmi ń sìn báyìí mo wà nínú ilé èèyàn 510 at the same time. Inú ilé èèyàn 510 people tó wà ní gbogbo àgbáyé mo wà nínú ilé wọn nígbà kan náà. Oba Solomon, ṣé àwa lè ṣe irú nǹkan báyìí? A lè ṣe iṣẹ́ mọ́ wáyé. A lè wádìí ẹ̀ jẹ́ ká filẹ̀ èèyàn ò lè wádìí ẹ̀ bó ṣe àdìtú ni a lè tú. Oba Solomon ló nígbà kan tó jẹ́ pé cholera àti typhoid àdìtú náà ni. Àdìtú ni malaria. Àwọn èèyàn kan jókòó tí ń pé kíní gbọ́dọ̀ ní ojútùú sẹ̀ ló ṣe ní ojútùú. Àwọn èèyàn kan jókòó wọ́n ní we must find out what this is about. Èmi àti ń ṣe lè jókòó tí electricity wà báyìí. Níná wà ní electrical waves wà. Oba Solomon ó ní kíní kan tó ń pè ní microwave nítorí nǹkan kékeré máa ń fascinate mi. Inú ẹ̀ mo ti lọ warm oúnjẹ mo gbóúnjẹ kúrò nínú freezer. Mo dẹ̀ fi ṣe oúnjẹ ó dẹ̀ warm nǹkan tó tutù nísinsìn. Oba Solomon mi rí iná kò sí iná mi kó kíní wá mi kó igi lẹ̀ o. Àwọn èèyàn kan máa sọ fún mi pé kí nǹkan ilẹ̀ wa nǹkan tí àwọn baba ńlá baba wa ṣe.
Ká má wá díẹ̀.
Kàmá ń pé baba make I finish o ń pé nǹkan tí àwọn baba ńlá baba wa ṣe kò gbọdọ̀ yé wa ń pé ká filẹ̀ kàmá wá díẹ̀ nítorí baba wait make I finish baba when una dey talk I keep quiet because I no wan interrupt una say make we leave am make we just leave am because àdìtú ni but gbogbo wa ta wà níbà a máa jókòó létílé gbogbo àlà ń lo Instagram o ẹ̀gbọ́n gbogbo ata ń sọ tá à ń pe gbogbo kíní ìládìtú mélòó nu wa ló lè explain nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí aeroplane tí ọ̀kan bá rò ń pé àdìtú ni ẹyẹ tó ń fò lókè ń pé àwọn Ọlọ́run ló yé nìkan ṣàmàdá aeroplane lẹ̀ ṣé kò ń ṣe pé gbogbo a máa fi ẹsẹ̀ wá rìn láti Amẹ́ríkà lọ sí Nàìjíríà ṣé kò ń ṣe pé gbogbo a máa wá àbí a máa wà nù kenú àbí nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀. So me, what I'm saying, nǹkan tẹ́mi ń sọ tí mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí everybody gbọ́ ni pé ignorance cannot become knowledge no matter how much you make it seem like there is some, no matter how much you romanticize ignorance kò lè di knowledge. And this idea as black people ló ti fi wá síbi tá a wà di ọ̀la ń pé ká máa ṣe bá ṣe ń ṣe kó ba lè rí bó ṣe rí kò ń ṣe pé káwa fi ọpọlọ wa kó fi yé wa bó ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o ká kàn máa ṣe bó ṣe ń ṣe kó ba lè máa rí bó ṣe ń rí. My last message before I let you talk, my brother. See, our ancestors, the way of their life is not something to be copied. It's for us to learn from. The ways of our ancestors is not supposed to be a rope to tie us down, but rather a path to our past so that we can predict our future. Some of us want to tie ourselves down with what our ancestors know. We don't want to move forward from that. That is why some of us are still where we are. So all of this idea of we are not supposed to know something is ignorance and laziness because we don't want to think and apply ourselves. Right? Tó bá jẹ́ èṣù tán, Ọba Solomon, àwọn èèyàn kan wà ní Egypt báyìí, wọ́n wúlẹ̀ nítorí wọ́n ń wá sarcophagus. Wọ́n wá àwọn Egyptian king àti Egyptian queen tó ti rì mọ́lẹ̀. Nígbà táwọn èèyàn yẹn rì wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀, wọ́n ní èèyàn kankan ò gbọ́dọ̀ lọ́bẹ̀, èèyàn kankan ò gbọ́dọ̀ tú, èèyàn kò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣí. That was what they said. And because people have started unearthing them, we are now realizing and learning a lot about our history and scientific breakthroughs that were lost in time inside the sand. And what Joko Sibi by answer pé we should be able to understand even why our ancestors did something. We're saying no, let's leave it how it is. Because for some reason, we're just supposed to accept them for what it is and not do any kind of research into it. I'm sorry, I can't live my life like that. What it means to be African, in my opinion, is not to be regressive, it's to be progressive. My ancestors were never regressive. I don't know if you guys understand. Me, I know about the Benin Kingdom. I know about the Yoruba parliamentary system, the way that they had. That's what people in Britain have copied. For some reason, we now became stagnant and they have moved forward in their life. And we're here having a conversation talking about there are some things that we cannot understand. Everything is meant to be understood if you really want to understand it. And that is what I would do as a Yoruba boy. That's what I'm doing on a daily basis. I'm trying to understand my ancestors and why they did what they did. I'm not here just copying and swallowing it hook, line, and sinker. No. I'm understanding the time that they found themselves in, why they did what they did in that time. And just like Oba Solomon said, knowing the things that are still valuable now and the things that we need to abandon. And I think that that is the value, and that's what shows that we are intelligent beings, not holding on to something that we do not understand the concept of. That's what I want to say.
Thank point kan mo fẹ́ fún yín. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ Ọba Solo. Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má bínú. Mo fẹ́ sọ àṣírí kan fún àwọn èèyàn, but wọ́n lè má gbàgbọ́.
Ọ̀rọ̀ máa ń sáyẹn ní sọ Ọba Solo bọ̀ nìyẹn máa ń gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀.
Tó bá jẹ́ wípé àwọn sáyẹ̀nsì believe pé Ọlọ́run wà. Ibi tí adélé ayé lè ní àní débẹ̀. Wọ́n mọ̀ ẹ́ mọ̀ gbé kíní yẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. So that kí àwọn ènìyàn lè believe wípé they can try more. They can use their own brain to build thousands of something without to rely on anybody or without relying that someone is in somewhere. So bí èèyàn bá ń believe wípé òun ní bàbá nígbẹ̀jọ́ àbó òun ní ẹnìkan tó máa help kò ní ṣiṣẹ́. Kò ní fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́. Àwọn sáyẹ̀nsì tó sọ pé Ọlọ́run ò sí yẹn kí ṣe bí orí wọn ò pé. But they want to try more. Wọ́n fẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé gbàgbọ́ wípé with your own knowledge, use your knowledge. Kì í tàbá fẹ́ bá ara wa sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kì í ṣe gbogbo kan la lè mọ̀. But we need to try. We need to try and know more. Because if you don't try, ọpọlọ yẹn kò máa waste síbẹ̀ ni. Ọlọ́run ṣàìdé dá ọpọlọ fún wa. So now you can say what you want to say.
Okay. Well, thank you, my brother, for your submission. Now, inú mi dùn pẹ̀lú bí tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn padà lọ. Then nǹkan táwọn èèyàn get it wrong ni ọmọ ò lè rìn tí ò bá rákòrò. Okay, ala fẹ́ develop African, a fẹ́ develop n táwọn bàbá wa fi sílẹ̀, but a nímọ̀ nípa n táwọn bàbá wa fi sílẹ̀. Ifá happens to be the one of the best researchers in the world. Màá dẹ̀ máa fún yín ní àwọn analysis àtàwọn facts láti support ẹ̀. ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ mú ìjì ògbè àṣàpẹrẹ ẹ̀yin lẹ ṣe wádìí mọ́ ẹ má sọ pé àwa ò ṣe wádìí mọ́ tẹ́yin ò bá ṣe wádìí ẹ sọ pé ẹ̀yin ò ṣe ìwádìí pin lọ́dọ̀ tiyín ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún alápẹrẹ ní tíjì ògbè nìkan sọ nínú ifá ìjì ògbè ifá ń fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ fún wa pé ekukéku kò rùn kó borí eku asínrín èèrà kò rùn kó borí ìkàmùdù igikígi kan kò rùn kó borí igi fọ́n ìtàkùn kítàkùn kan kò lè fà kó borí tòròkùnbòjò. Now to the normal people, to the brainwashed Yoruba, mo pọ̀fọ̀ ni. Ọ̀fọ̀ means to state something. There's nothing mystical or masterful about it. But to the brainwashed Yoruba, babaláwo yẹn pọ̀fọ̀. Now, Ifá, that's supposed to be the esoteric language of Olodumare, our own adored religions that our ancestors laid down for us. We've left it, we've adopted Bible. How do we want to learn? If I just go the month pé nínú gbogbo eku asínrín lórun jù, ó ti fún wa ní fact. Ó yẹ jẹ́ ká wò ó ṣèwádìí lórí ẹ̀ pé let's now confirm the veracity of that word. Who is ready to do the research? Ifá lóhun fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé nínú gbogbo eku asínrín lórun jù, ẹ jẹ́ ká wò wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní hágì lórí ẹ̀ pé okay, Ifá sọ pé eku asínrín lórun jù. Ṣé research kan ló dé mẹ́ta fi sọ pé eku asínrín lórun jù? Ifá sọ fún wa pé nínú gbogbo èèrà ìkàmùdù lórun jù. Ǹjẹ́ o lẹ́yìn jílẹ̀ ṣe research nípa ìkàmùdù rí? Gbogbo àgbo táwọn bàbá wa ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ tó gbé kalẹ̀ sí bá ń sọ pé kò dáa la adopt oògùn òyìnbó tá a bá dẹ̀ mú níbi foundation báwo la ṣe fẹ́ lé lórí. You left behind the religion, you know nothing about it, yet you argue blindly. tó bá fẹ́ develop, listen, tó bá fẹ́ develop.
Are you talking about me?
No, just
or you're talking generally?
The general people, I'm generalizing
okay.
now. Then you know nothing about something, then you argue about it. Now, ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ajá. Tí n bá wo inú Ifá lásán, ní tí Ifá sọ nípa ajá tó fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ is uncountable. Tó jẹ́ nǹkan tilẹ̀ Yorùbá. I might not be able to speak of. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fi náà dára sí sísìn. Gbogbo wa growing up, I believe pé tiger is ẹkùn. Let me bust your brain. Tiger is not ẹkùn because tiger is aliens to the Yoruba land. Leopard is ẹkùn. Have you conducted any research about it? Tiger is only found in South Asian and Southern American. How can tiger be ẹkùn in Yoruba land? Tiger tí ò sí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tí ò sí ní the whole of Africa in lẹ́kùn. Leopard is ẹkùn. You people left what your father left behind. There was an animal. Tí Ifá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. Ifá sọ wípé àgbáǹréré ó wò kan ṣoṣo gílogíro. I never knew this animal until I was watching what's it, Nat Geo Wild. Then I saw rhino. So Ifá sọ wípé ìwò kan ló wù níwájú. Ifá ló fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ fún mi pé ìwò kan ló wù. Because I could not go to the bush. I'm not an hunter. Gbogbo nǹkan tí Ifá fi sílẹ̀ àṣewádìí lórí ẹ̀ àsọ pé kò dáa. There is this particular leaf tá a fi máa ń wo ìgbóná. Ewé yà ń pè ní ewé èmi ẹran. Let's forget about the spiritual aspect of it. Fúnra mi ni mo conduct research about it for like good 4 years. Mo wá discover yìí pé tó bá di ìgbà ẹ̀rùn ní ewé yẹn máa ń grow jù ló máa ń dàgbà. Whilst others leaves are dying and wither, the leaves will grow, will germinate better. Kí ló dé pé ìgbà ẹ̀rùn tí nǹkan gbóná ilé ewé yìí tẹ̀ ló máa ń grow. Àwọn bàbá wa wọ́n wá mú ewé yẹn wá fi ṣe fún wá fi lo oògùn fọ́mọ tó bá tara ẹ̀ bá ń gbóná tàbí nǹkan kan. Now wọ́n ti discover pé if there is anything tó wà nínú immune system ewé yẹn tó ń jẹ́ kó máa grow nígbà ẹ̀rùn ó yẹ kó lè ṣiṣẹ́ fáwọn èèyàn náà tí ẹ̀rùn yẹn bá dé tó fẹ́ máa affect wa negatively. Yet you people refuse to follow the Ifá, the original document of the Yoruba people that you could follow suit láti fi ṣe gbogbo research tẹ́ bá bẹ ṣe. You want to jump the queue. My
brother, sorry, there was something you described right now. No, I want to make a point. There was something you described right. You said the leaf,
of course,
does not die during the dry season.
Of course.
Is that a teaching or that's an observation?
No, it's like a teaching and probably an observation too. So
it's mostly an observation, right?
Of course.
I think get out. Why did you do that? Right? It's an observation.
Okay.
My brother, let me tell you one thing that I see that a lot of us do as even what you're talking about.
Okay.
I think that we're assuming that science is peculiar only to the West.
No. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. So my brother, sometimes when I'm talking about science and tradition, some people think that I'm saying that science supersedes it. That's not what I'm saying. We had our own science. What you just described right now is a very good example of that. An observation of a leaf. What is science in itself? It's also an observation. Because when I was talking the other time, one of my brother came here, I was like, Western science. Science is science.
Now, then I made mention of something. It does not have to be spiritual. Okay, it has to be something. They might just add different leaves together and put it in drawings or something and you run mad. Because what is she, what the lorry in Konye? Now, where our father stopped, we just put a dot there. There is no continuation at all. Then we cannot even continue what our ancestors have done without going back to that reference point, which is Ifa for them. Ifa in Igbo party to get the original document of the Yoruba that said the original history of the Yoruba, not this bamboo history that Yoruba people come from Mecca, or what are they saying? So, gbogbo nǹkan yìí láti dànù àwa sọ pé move cool. Àwọn bàbá wa náà dá sọ fúnra ara wọn náà kò ń sóyìnbó ló wá dá sọ sí wọn lọ́rùn. Inú fánà ló dẹ̀ ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ aṣọ ṣe dé òfìká òfìkó adébá fún ọ̀run mi làbá bó ohun òfi ọ̀là sílẹ̀ dánmọ́ rẹ̀ òfi ọ̀là tí mo ohun sílẹ̀ yìí ó tó mi ń sọ. It is fact. I can just give you so many things that are in Yoruba that if I was talking about, then this internet that you're talking about, let me bust your brain. If I was talking about it, that there will be a time that will be doing things magically. Let me go to Iworimeji. If I say, Ogodowu, Bokiodo, Pine Keke Soloko, Adivafon Alantakon, Yomason Bogobi, which is spider. When the Oyinbo discovered the internet, why did they name it web? Does it know me that if spiders will there will be web from here to there? This is the connection. Of course, that's just the spiritual aspect of it. I'm talking. Okay, let's just pick it from where if I stopped. So there are so many things that if I has already talked about, I could actually research on. Then this food of Yoruba people. Okay, look at the process that the yam will go through before it will turn to a pounded yam. Our fathers actually produce the mortar, the pestle, then the pot to actually ensure that the yams boil to a certain level. So do you think those questions are like they will just think or form it from the head or something? This is actually the work of science. We could have grown from where they stopped, but we refused the channel that our father passed through to get to this level.
Bro, I'm with you on everything you have said about the observation and science, and there's no argument on that.
Like if I said, we all said Ifa is binary. We all said, okay, if our father has realized that these binaries will be Wolof in the future, that the Oyinbo will discover the internet, these computers that we are using globally today through Ifa, why don't we adopt the Ifa and be practicing it? Why are we thinking Jesus is better and Muhammad is better? We actually left our whole race and go to somebody's else race. So that's why we cannot grow. That's why we cannot develop.
I agree with you on that front. There's no argument there.
That's just observation.
There's no argument on that front.
The only reason that leads to an argument is this. You are not talking about how we can use Ifa to grow. You are saying a shoe does not exist. You don't believe because you don't see a shoe. No. If you have been talking about this aspect, then I would have come out and say, okay, this is this and that. There are so many things. Every of Ifa
that I don't believe in a shoe. I don't believe in a shoe. I'm not a religious person. I'm not an Ifa priest. I don't worship Ifa.
Do you know that for you not because you don't believe in a shoe or doesn't mean it doesn't exist?
Of course, it's the religious process. Okay, like
that's not what I said. I'm speaking for myself now.
I'm talking about Ifa fasts now.
Everybody, let me just ask some questions and make some few points. Do you know that because you don't believe in something doesn't mean does not exist? Because you can.
But that's not been anybody's submission here. That's not been anybody's. That's not anybody's submission here.
I'm asking. Do you agree that because you cannot see something, because you don't believe in it, that it might exist, even though you don't believe in it? I hope you know. Do you agree?
Yes and no. My yes is, of course. Me not saying something does not mean it does not exist. But the other part of it is, if you want to come and have it as a conversation or an argument with me, you have to find a way for me to be able to understand what you're saying. Not just because I believe it. So let me explain something, right? If I want buy land from you for Nigeria, if you want buy land from me now, of course, me I know say the land day. You know go ask for proof. See, if I just deal with my land, I have nothing to prove to you now. There's no need for me to show anything to you. I get my land. I know say I get my land. I know it's real.
Spiritual things. They are not.
Bro, wait now. Bro, wait. But the moment I now bring the land to you and say, Shani, come and buy my land, you go say, how far, where the title and everything. Right? That's what I'm saying. We all have our individual beliefs. Great. But the moment we are starting to cross lines and we start wanting to have conversations and we are trying to get somewhere together, there has to be something that you have to use to be able to get me to at least understand the concept of what you're talking about. So your belief is your belief. Some people believe that Jesus died for their sin even though they were not there. I get it. Fine. Let it stay there. But the moment we're in public forums like this, there has to be some way for you to validate what you are saying. All right? So that we can have a conversation. If not,
the proof of validity does not need to be on your own terms. Nobody you go decide waiting you go talk say because we see him, he exists. Nobody you.
Okay. All right. So Shani, what you're saying is if I want to sell you a land right now, right, and you tell me to prove it to you that the land exists,
It's not the same
right?
physical things, bro.
No. Hold on.
Let me give you an example.
We can use another analogy.
Let me give you the example. People want Japa go Canada. Most of us speak English. Canada go still ask for IELTS. Can't I still speak English? TOEFL go UK go ask for TOEFL exam. Do TOEFL exam. Does that mean I cannot speak English even though I don't pass TOEFL exam? Even though I don't.
But now you go TOEFL. Now you need TOEFL. Now you go meet them say you want to go Canada.
No.
As far as you are concerned, they didn't have to test your English knowledge if you are not trying to come into their country. Nobody cares about your knowledge or lack of it if you are staying in your country. The moment you want to come into their country, they are the ones that will tell you what the standard of proof will be for them. And there's the TOEFL.
You're not getting my point. I'm saying, I'm not even talking. I'm saying the reason because I cannot pass that TOEFL or I did not take that TOEFL. Does that mean I cannot speak English?
It means that you cannot pass a TOEFL exam. You cannot pass their standard. That's what it means.
Okay, you can. Okay, our level of conviction is not strong enough for your own belief.
For the standard, that's it. So that's what I'm saying, Shani. If not inside our parlor, if not inside your parlor, you did a talk this thing by yourself inside your mind. There is no need. One person there inside their parlor now for this midnight, they pray based on Jesus' level and Jesus good one. I don't have any business with that. I can't say anything. I don't know it. But the moment they step out of that and they want to have conversation where there are other people, then that will not be sufficient. They need to be able to explain that in a way that the person they are talking to understands. Shikena.
What he too does not understand. He's not willing to understand that.
I'm not seeking for him to understand what I've said. I'm not trying to understand what I've said. Me, I've explained everything that I want to say with facts, right? That's it.
What I'm trying to.
So he can say whatever he wants to say too. Right? But the point I'm trying to say is, what is that standard of measure? You have to give at least something. Shani, I'm a Muslim. You are a Christian. If I want to bring you into my world and explain certain things to you, I need to find something that I can use to explain it to you. Because until I wanted to start talking to you, it didn't matter. You are fine and fine. Because all these conversations that we're trying to have, we're trying to learn something. So beliefs are not going to work here. We cannot say we want to have a debate about racism, for instance, in America. And a white person now says, I believe there is no racism. A white person can say that, but a black person knows that he experiences racism. So if a white person now comes and says, I believe there is no racism, there should be at least some things that they can use to validate that, apart from just their belief in the lack of racism. That's what I'm saying. So as far as they're inside their house and all of that, they can believe there's no racism and all of that, and the world is all, cakes and honeys. But the moment we want to come to a forum, we want to come to public places, we cannot come with beliefs. We have to at least come with something that other people can relate to understand what our points are. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, Oba, yeah, Savage, well done. I don't message you for your DM on some other things that I have to discuss with you. Maybe in the live forum or anything. Yes,
on this page?
Yes, not on this page, on your personal DM.
Okay.
I live in the US and I've seen things happen. And I've experienced things too personally, spiritually, physically, and. But there's one thing I've come to realize that some people do things and have some certain powers, but they cannot explain. They cannot explain it because they did not even understand how they got the powers. So the genesis of that power is not known. So, but they have the power. They've seen the power work for them. They've seen it work on other people, but they can't just explain how it works because they don't have the fundamentals of those powers. Let me give an example. It might not be logical. We all eat every day. Maybe you eat jollof rice and meat. The protein on your food is meat. The carbohydrate is jollof rice. Some of us just eat it because we know that, oh, what is balanced diet? We must eat some vegetables too, so we have a balanced diet. I don't know how many calories I eat every day because I don't want to find out. Because to me, I didn't need to find out because I know the food is good, is balanced diet, but how many calories I need, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I've eaten more carbohydrate than protein and I have diabetes or things like that. Now I start getting sick. Is that what got me sick? I say, I don't know. I just got sick. So can you Yoruba there? So I want Baba wa nígbà kan, wọ́n náà agbára kan. Tọ́wọ́n tẹ̀lé explain fún àwọn ọmọ wọn ibi tó ti rí àwọn agbára yẹn. I don't believe in mystical powers like that, but I've seen it work because once a time I've lived in the village, and it is not hearsay. This is things I've seen that really happened. And I personally had an experience too growing up that sometimes it's not good to share it in a public way like this, but for knowledge sometimes, knowledge is there's no ending to knowledge. There's no learning. When I was in the college, right, I did research on dongoyaro. So in the past, people drink dongoyaro when they have fever and it will go. People use dongoyaro for several things. Dongoyaro leaf, you can never see an insect go to dongoyaro leaf. Like no insect can attack a dongoyaro leaf. And that is one thing people grew up knowing. But they didn't want to find out why. But the Indians got to know that, oh, dongoyaro is as a natural indica, that's a scientific name. And because of some certain potencies that it has, insects will die if they go towards dongoyaro. I did research on dongoyaro that, okay, if you add methyl to it, it will kill mosquito. I did research up to the British Council level because I was interested in what was in dongoyaro. But as that other guy said, guy that left, I don't know his name, the Ifa man that came on board, said that if you don't try to know about something, you can't know it because you've ignored that part of our existence. That we are seeing the white people do so many things because it's based out of necessity. If my grandfather and my great-grandfather needed to use aeroplane, assuming, let me give you just a little logic. If my grandfather needed to use aeroplane to his farm, probably would have looked for a way to get to his farm and a faster way. But maybe he was staying in the farm, he has to just walk a 2 minutes distance to his farm and get it done. And as he got his life transferred from his great-grandfather to up to that level, he didn't see the need for so many developments. But when we start like being westernized, then there's need to live our life in a larger scale. And we start knowing that we need some things more to have a quality life. Such things add quality to life. Some of them are not essential for living. So our fathers or our grandfathers did not do those things because they were not really essential or necessities for living. But it had quality to life. There are some people that have lived abroad in the US. They've never flown an airplane before. They've never flown in a plane before. They don't need to even travel because airplane now is useless to them because they don't need to travel. Let's assume that. Yes, I have some friends that have never even been on an airplane before and they live in the US. So I'm saying that some things our father didn't do, they did not do because they weren't necessary for them to do it. I'm not blaming them, I'm not supporting them. But sometimes necessity brings curiosity. Then you become curious, I want to know more about life, about what you need to do to make your life quality. So for me, science and religion are two distinct things. Let me give you an example. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to share this before. There was one time I was deeply spiritual. I was raised in a Christian home, right? Deeper life, right? So all I believe was the Bible. And when I get into the college, I was starting questioning some things my parents were doing, like, how are we doing this? How are we doing this? Got to a point, I didn't believe in Christianity again. I wasn't going to church again. After a while, something happened, and then to pray. So I believe you can only fast for maybe 2 days or 3 days. Then you'll be in need of food. Bro, I fasted for 7 days without eating and without drinking water. I didn't know it was possible. And during that fasting period, I had some revelations, very strange to me, that has never happened to me before. And one of them was that as we go to a particular office, the letter is waiting for me. And I've dropped my application in that office for like almost like 6 months. No call, nothing. So I went to that office the next day because the revision was like, go to that office the next day and you will see something will happen. So I went to that office the next day. And this is not fables. When I got to the office, I said, oh, I have a letter. They said, who called me? I said, nobody called me. How did you pass through the security? I said, I just passed and nobody stopped me. I said, okay, really? We don't have your name here. You don't have a letter here. I said, really? But I have a commission